Welcome to the Drew Yari Show.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It is Wednesday, and welcome to the Drew Yari Show. I'm Drew, as you know. RJ will be here momentarily. His power went out. Kind of like my power went out last week, twice. Once before the show, and then another time after during the show, actually. So, yeah, mine went out last week, Kyle. Remember, it was me and Karlik and Angie Karlik and RJ. The power literally just goes out during the show. It was like for maybe 3 minutes. So, but RJ wrote me back saying, just started already. I'll join. My power went out. So, how's everybody doing tonight? That should be a nice show. We're gonna try and keep it short tonight. Just because. I mean, there's, as far as news-wise goes, there's really not too much to talk about. I mean, WrestleMania was, took up a lot of our time last week. This is kind of like the aftermath of WrestleMania. And also, we have a lot of questions. So a big portion of the show is going to be Q&A. You're welcome to throw in any last-minute questions while I'm recording. Like I said, nothing is off limits. Just try to be less political. Politics are not really a big part of the show. Yeah, Gilbert Gottfried died. I saw that. That was yesterday, I believe. Gilbert Gottfried, man. Big part of my childhood. Big part of everyone's childhood. I mean, he was fucking the parrot in Aladdin, Iago. Like, that's pretty much the first time I noticed him or I ever heard his voice. He's been in other shit too. He was on Fairly Odd Parents. He was, what is it? Hollywood Squares. That's one of them. The infamous "You Fool." Sucks. It sucks when your childhood passes away. Bob Saget passed away at the beginning of the year, and now you have Gilbert Gottfried. So R.I.P. to Gilbert Gottfried. I don't know. What do you guys think about it? He was in The Odd Parents. Yeah, he was. He was the mean dentist. He was the evil dentist on Fairly Odd Parents. Like, what am I thinking of? Yeah, that was him. He was the evil dentist, and then he voiced his son. So yeah, he's done a lot of artwork, like a lot of artwork. So, again, R.I.P. As far as, movies goes, I don't really remember too many movies he's been in. I believe he was in Problem Child. Like, the first Problem Child movie. Or, yeah, besides Aladdin. But, Aladdin and Problem Child. Didn't really see too much of his stand-up. I do remember him in the Bob Saget roast on Comedy Central, where it's just, he just goes up and just starts saying, that he makes a joke about how Bob Saget raped and killed a girl, and he's just like, he's saying it in the most just imagine Gilbert Gottfried saying it, and he's like, Bob Saget did not rape and kill a girl. and everyone's just losing it, and it's just you obviously can't make that joke today. But again, R.I.P. I currently have Dynamite on while we're recording. Why? I don't know. But it's... I've always seen bits and pieces. I mean, I thought the Adam Cole-Adam Page match was going to be tonight. Not that I really cared in the first place. But it's going to be on Friday on Rampage. So, Adam Page's world title reign has consisted of 2 matches with Bryan Danielson that have gone on first for whatever reason. A feud with Adam Cole that is just dull. Like, it has no feeling. It doesn't even make sense why they're feuding. And now they're going to be wrestling on a show that nobody watches on Friday nights that gets NXT ratings. Matter of fact, I think NXT gets better ratings than Rampage. It'd be fucked up if that was the first match of the night. It's like, and the first match of the night is Adam Page versus Adam Cole for the AEW Championship. What's the main event? Captain Sean Dean versus Danhausen. Jesus Christ. But, I mean, obviously they're going to put it on because they want ratings, but is that really going to be a ratings draw? Hold on, I need to put this in the chat. One moment. I forgot to do this. Alright, there you go. I mean, is that really going to be a ratings draw? I mean, Adam Cole is not really a ratings draw. Wasn't even a ratings draw in NXT. Adam Page is just proven to be a very forgettable champion, which sucks because this is a guy that I've been singing the praises of, and a lot of people have been wanting him to get over and be the top guy. But again, it's that Drew McIntyre effect of something is missing. And like, I can't really put my finger on what it's missing, because this guy looks like a top guy. And I see Kevin Castle's listening. What's up, Kev? Like, he looks like a top guy. He looks like somebody you would want as your champion. Like, he looks like the guy that you would want on USA Today and Good Morning America to be your champion. He is a good-looking guy. He has a nice smile, and he's very well-spoken. But it's just like, and I think Jeff Lippman said this, I don't believe what he's saying. Like, when he talks, it's not that it sounds disingenuous. It doesn't seem like something that he should be saying. Like, I can't really, again, I Jeff Lippman is a terrorist. If only the whole world knew. Yeah, his reign has been very abysmal. Like, I think Mish said this. I think it was either Mish or Kevin on their Wrestling Soup show. Like, we're at the point where we forget that Adam Page is even the champion, and that's sad. Like, to me, that's just sad. Like I can remember that Moose is the TNA champion or the Impact Wrestling champion. I can remember that Pretty Deadly just won the NXT Tag Team Championships last night. Yeah, Adam Page is still in the wrestling business. He's on AEW. It's that show that that guy who thinks everybody is a bot. The owner. Like, he thinks everybody... God forbid nobody likes AEW. And if they do, they're a robot, so, go figure. Tony Cook. Yeah, AEW just... To me, I think AEW's lost a lot of momentum. Like, they had momentum for a hot minute when they got the CM Punks and they got Bryan Danielson and Adam Cole. Like, there was some interest there. Like, there definitely was some interest there. But now they've really lost a lot of momentum. I think, Jason Solomon had the perfect tweet to really sum up this whole story, is that WrestleMania broke Tony Khan. Like, seeing that reaction that Cody got, and then seeing the reaction that he got the very next night on Raw, and then the very next week on Raw, I think it broke Tony. Because now there's that fear that, lies in his head of, like, who else am I going to lose? Am I going to lose Moxley? Am I going to lose MJF? Could I lose Wardlow? Could I lose fill in the blank? Could I lose, Ortiz and Hernandez? Not Ortiz and Hernandez. Proud and Powerful. Jade, there you go, Jade. Jade is someone that if Vince saw, he would immediately, like, fall for Craig Valentine. Like, that's someone that Vince would want on his roster. Because she looks like a star. She looks like a star and talks like a star. Wrestles in the ring, she could improve a little bit. Marco's son's babysitter. But yeah, I mean, again, contracts can expire. People can get out of contracts. People can want to get released. Jon Moxley's contract is expiring next month. So there's always that possibility. I mean, I think he did an interview saying that he has no interest in going back to WWE. But, again, you never know. You never know what could happen. Maybe he's just saying that to save face. But, you know, he was at Corey Graves' wedding. You know, taking pictures with WWE guys. I mean, granted, you know, maybe he was just there only for his friends. And, you know, everyone in the wrestling biz, you know, shocking enough, they are friends. But again, it's a thing of you never know. You never know what's going to happen next month, or tomorrow, or even, you know, in the next like 5 minutes. So, and I mean, I said this about Moxley is that he's a father, and he's married. He's also he's no spring chicken, and WWE is going to want to offer him a dick ton of money to come back. Like, I can imagine Vince wanting to throw all the money in the world at Moxley. Well, maybe not all the money in the world, but like good money. Like probably what he gave AJ and Kevin Owens. Like he's going to want to give him a lot of money. I can imagine that. Because in his mind he's thinking, okay, we could have a Shield reunion. We could have a triple threat match at WrestleMania with all 3 Shield guys. Like that could be something. And also, you know, with Moxley, I don't want to sound like I'm speaking for him, but there's a part of me that maybe thinks he doesn't want to do the garbage deathmatch shit forever. Maybe he just want to get a system like Cody. Cody left WWE for 6 years, bet on himself, you know, became a star, became a draw, and got, you know, a lot better in the ring. And, you know, he came back and now he's a big star in WWE. And he's possibly gonna maybe even dethrone Roman Reigns. So go figure. Maybe Moxley wanted to get all this shit out of his system, so by the time he comes back to WWE, he's a different Moxley. He's a different Dean Ambrose. I mean, who knows? Maybe he comes back to WWE as Jon Moxley, and they let him keep his music, kind of like what they allowed Cody to do. So I don't know. Again, I'm just spitballing here. Same thing with guys like Jericho. I mean, Jericho is doing his best and is pretty much saying, you know, I'm going to tell you I'm going back to WWE without telling you I'm going back to WWE. Like he'll be back. There's no doubt about that. He'll be back. And also WWE needs more stars. Like when they decided to release over 150 people, they kind of shot themselves in the foot because the roster got really thin. You know, when they got rid of Braun, when they got rid of Bray, when they got rid of Cross, trying to think of some more names, you know, Morrison. You know, they really kind of did themselves they did themselves a disservice by getting rid of a lot of these guys. You know, because Bray is Bray, but Bray can still be a star. You can put him in a main event match. Same thing with someone like Braun. You know, Cross, they really dropped the ball. And I'm not even just saying that because, you know, I'm a fan and I love him. But that was a guy that they could have really made into something. And I'm going to put RJ on right now. Any minute. Yo. RJ.
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you. What's up, man?
Doing good. Wait a minute, hold on, echo.
Echo. I was just entertaining the masses. I was talking about AEW and why it's.
Oh God, that nerd fest.
Well, I was talking more about why it's in the position it's in currently. and how I think it's lost a lot of steam. And let me ask you something, because do you like? Oh, I might as well just ask you. Do you think AEW's lost a lot of steam since Cody, came back?
Tell you what, ever since Tony Khan has assumed sole control over creative, I think it has.
So you think it was
Let
all?
me tell you why.
Go ahead.
Let me tell you why. I think Cody and Kevin and everybody else who has a podcast and has knowledge will tell you, look, Cody's stuff was some of the best stuff because he comes from the wrestling business. His father's fucking Dusty Rhodes. And to a less degree, his brother is Goldust. Like, wrestling is in his blood. Tony Khan just comes across as very markish. He wants to please everybody, especially people that's going to watch his product. His product's never going to grow when you cater to a certain audience. You're not going to grow, dude. And he just can't get out of his own way. And that's why he has the temper tantrums that he's been having online.
Right, and it's funny you bring that up because that was actually one of our questions for the Q&A, and I guess we can just we'll jump to that question specifically, and then I don't think we ever got a chance to talk about it. So let me just pull up the tweet real quick because I screenshotted it. So Tony Khan posted last week, an independent study has confirmed that much of the staunch anti-AEW online community aren't real individuals. It's a staff running thousands of accounts plus an army of bots to signal boost them. Look closely. These aren't real people. Who would pay for such a wildly expensive thing? Thoughts?
So he's speculating that Vince McMahon is running thousands of fake Twitter accounts, right? Oh, that's what I got from that message.
Goddamn Tony, we need to really stick it to him.
And I really got that Tony Khan needs to lay off the coke or Addy or whatever the hell he's on too. Holy shit, man!
That guy is on something. Like, it's not even just us being like, talking shit or anything. That guy's on something. Like, when he made that announcement for Ring of Honor, you can just look into his eyes like, dude, whatever you're on, you need to get off it.
I just bought Ring of Honor. I was making fun of it a couple weeks ago. I'm like,
I just bought Ring of Honor.
I just bought Ring of Honor. I love the product. Oh, I'm like, good. They would have been better off having Bryan Danielson make the announcement or something. Like, somebody that actually meant a damn the Ring of Honor. Say this fucking mark. Like, he just comes across as a mark. He doesn't come across as a boss. He don't.
And Kevin Castle pointing out that, and I know you saw that, when Samoa Joe couldn't even look him in his eye to shake his hand.
Yeah, because Samoa Joe knows he's a mark, and Samoa Joe don't roll with that.
And, like, it's funny because, like, I was on a wrestling court with Julian, we were talking about it, and I'm like, I think Samoa Joe really wanted to work for WWE. Like, even...
No, yeah.
Even not even as a wrestler, like, if he couldn't wrestle, he was like, okay, I'll do anything you want me to do. I'll be an announcer, I'll be an agent, I'll be a scout, a trainer, whatever you want me to do. And I think, like, if he had the chance, he would go back to WWE in a heartbeat.
I think he would too. I think he would still want to wrestle here and there. But besides that point, you're right. I think he would have had love, and that's what he was doing for a good bit before they cut him again. He was doing scouting with Regal and Triple H. And he totally looks embarrassed by Tony Khan, because who wouldn't be?
Right. It's just like
he comes across as a mark, man. He comes across worse than what was that guy that bought that promotion who hit the lotto like a long time ago, back when I was in middle school. He hit the lottery, and he bought the promotion with all those women. I forgot what that was called, but yeah, he comes across worse than that guy.
Not Herb Abrams. I think. Are you talking about WoW?
No, not WoW.
Oh shit! What is it called? Yeah, I don't. If anyone in the chat knows what we're talking about, let us know.
He was like a young kid, David Blaine.
David Blaine. And now you see me. Now you don't. And that's just the difference between Tony and Vince. And say what you want about Vince. Vince, knows how to run a company right. And like they were comparing quotes with Vince and Tony. They're comparing his quote, and then Vince, when he was on Pat McAfee, where he said, something along the lines of, we do pay attention to our audience, but we can't really pay attention to everybody, and that includes everybody online. We're not gonna just like give them everything they want. Sometimes we need to listen to our fans, and not just people who are gonna bitch and moan when they don't get one thing that they don't want. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, and look, you got to listen to the people that's watching your product for sure, and people who are buying the T-shirts and the tickets, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta cater to those people. Like I said, people don't get it. There's just wrestling fans that they put their feelings in their pocket. They want to be fantasy bookers, and that's the problem. Me, I try to enjoy what I see on television, and this, that, and the other. And sure, we have our own jokes, and we make fun of this, that, and the other. But I don't try to be fantasy booker. I mean, hell, that's what I have the freaking EFED for. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I wanted to be fantasy booker, I could go fantasy book over there. Right. Whereas, me, I just try to enjoy WWE or AEW or any type of wrestling promotion that I watch. I try to enjoy it for what it is. And I'm in all these group chats with a bunch of nerds, and they all have their feelings in their pocket whenever something don't go their way. But yet, no, in the same breath, I'd be like, oh, does anybody have a link to the pay-per-view? That's another reason why AEW will never grow, too. All these so-called hardcore AEW fans only have to pay for 4 pay-per-views a month, but they can't dip into their pocket to pay for one. Oh, man.
And it's another thing of like, WWE kind of took over that market of, hey, we made an app that's only under 10 months, or not 10 months, but under $10 a month to, sign up for, and you get all the pay-per-views for free. And now they have Peacock, and it's virtually the same price. So they kind of made it easy for pay-per-views, whereas, like Tony Khan can't expect people to pay $50 for a pay-per-view. Like,
right.
Like if you want, like back in the day, we would scrum up that money because it's just like, oh, WrestleMania, sure, I'll pay $50 a month to watch, or not $50 a month, but like $50 to watch WrestleMania. It's WrestleMania. Nowadays you only have to pay $9.99.
Right. But I just feel like with like 4 pay-per-views though, I think 4 pay-per-views a month, when they're coming.
Right.
I think that there should be just a little bit more support there.
Right, and it's just like,
but that proves my point though as well. These marks, these nerds, they whine about their favorite wrestler, and we talk about this all the time about their favorite wrestlers that get pushed, this, that, and the other, but they're not dipping into their pockets to support said wrestler. And it's like, okay, you can't whine and cry when your favorite don't get this, that, or the other. I'm sorry, like, this is the way it goes. I remember somebody was like, Buddy Murphy should be the world heavyweight champion in a group chat one time. And I'm like, why should Buddy Murphy be the world champion? Because he's a great wrestler. And I'm like,
he does good kicks.
He does great kicks and great knee strikes. Okay, so does Kenny Omega. I'm not, Lord knows I'm not the biggest Kenny Omega fan, but at least Kenny Omega has something to him, for better or for worse. I think he's silly, but at least he has something to him. Whereas Buddy Murphy's just guy with semi-mean face, sick physique, throws knee strikes, and that's it. Like, come on, man. Like, there's nothing else to him, and you want this guy to be the world champion. Man, WWE's ratings would be in a toilet if he was the world champion. Come on.
Yeah, like what they did with Seth. And now they're just like, we're gonna put the title on guys that actually look like wrestlers, just to see how that works. And some have worked, some haven't. But let's kind of change the subject about. Well, it's still kind of about AEW, and I promise we'll get off AEW. But so
that's cool.
I don't know if you heard about the merger between Discovery and Turner, or I think it was Warner Brothers.
I kind of saw that, but I didn't really like read any articles or grasp the whole meat on the bone there.
So I'm just reading this because I saw this on a Facebook page. So I'm just going to read it. The big rumor right now with the Discovery merger, since it affects AEW, is that AEW must tone down the blood and guts formula. Rumor is AEW may force it either agree to a quote-unquote no blood production or possibly even go PG. Apparently Discovery is not happy about this, and if AEW isn't willing to make some adjustments, AEW TV deals could be in danger in the near future, especially with negotiations set to start to renew the TV deal in 2023.
Oh my God. Do you mean to tell me we can't have blood on TV anymore? Oh.
So you mean John Moxley has to have a personality?
Oh, you mean Jericho can't say shit and fucking bitch every 5 seconds now?
Oh my God. You mean Julia Hart? You mean Julia Hart's safe from Tommy Gunn? No, wait.
Oh. She ain't that safe. Just come up to my locker room. We just can't see what happens anymore.
So the possibility is that AEW has to either go PG or at least tone down some of the more grimy, kind of gritty stuff, which it's possible to do because AEW has this like they have this thing where they kind of go a little bit too overboard with the blood. It's like when CM Punk, was getting color for his match, leading into MJF. Like the dude was like, it looked like Eddie whenever he was like bleeding buckets against JBL back in 04.
Judgment Day, yeah.
Like it made me wince a little bit. I'm like, I hope Punk's okay. So like the bleeding, I think they can still do, but just like don't like have him wear a crimson mask.
Yeah, that's not needed for everybody.
Right, and it's also like, the point of wrestling. Like good wrestling is when the wrestling actually looks like it hurts.
Yeah,
and at the same time, it's not supposed to hurt. So make it look like that, because it's just like, how many fights have you been in where you see a guy have a crimson mask? Like usually that happens if someone gets into a car accident or whatever. But like if two dudes are getting into a legit fight, like have some scrapes, have bruises, have bumps, have a little bit of bleeding, but don't overdo it. So I think AEW can at least tone it down, but they can't go PG. They can't pull off PG.
Yeah, no, it's gonna kill their audience, and it's gonna kill them.
Oh yeah,
the Young Bucks and Omega and all those guys, Chris Jericho, all those guys are gonna want to do PG.
Oh God,
no way.
And it's just like, realistically, what other networks could they go to?
Mm-hmm.
Because like the whole point of this was like, TNT has wrestling again, and now it's just like, where are we supposed to go? Spike TV? Well, I don't even think Spike TV even exists anymore. But like,
no.
Like where could you go? Like realistically, where could they go?
Yeah.
So I have it on right now. Currently, it's Isaiah Swerve Strickland and Keith Lee versus Ricky Starks and Powerhouse Hobbs.
That's one guy that you do more with.
You mean Hobbs?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a guy I want to see more with. I like Hobbs. I like Starks.
Yeah, I like those guys. Swerve, Swerve's my boy. Been my boy for a long time. I don't know what the hell the long-term plan is for him in AEW. Is he just going to be another body there that pops the crowd but has no type of purpose whatsoever? And then Keith Lee, same thing. But Keith Lee, I don't know if it's me or you guys agree, but Keith Lee he doesn't look well. And,
yeah.
And you and I were saying this when he was still in WWE. Like Keith Lee did not look well.
Yeah, Kevin, he's heavier in there, but like,
yeah.
Look at him and look at Gunther, and we'll talk about Gunther in a bit. Man. But like, you look at Gunther, and Gunther has lost like a lot of weight to where he actually looks good. Like not to where he looks like a stick figure, but he looks like he's lifting weights and everything. But He looks
working out.
He's definitely working out. He's doing what Keith Lee didn't do, and that's lose the weight. And I think that played a big part in WWE letting him go, which is, Vince told him lose the weight, work more like a big guy, and he didn't do it. I mean, granted, he had his health issues, but before and after, he still couldn't lose the weight. And I think that played a big part in Vince letting him go. I mean, one of many big reasons, but Jim Cornette said it best. I can see why Vince fired this guy, because
I can too. Besides the promos,
salutations.
What Dak said? Dak said Keith Lee is the Lexington Steel of wrestling.
Jesus Christ! I don't know about all that, but
no, he told me when it comes to the cadence and the voice, it sounds like a professor. I was like, oh my god, that's funny. But Keith Lee, Jesus, I don't know, and AEW kind of allows that kind of thing because we're all inclusive. Come on, guys.
Kevin Castle called me the Peter Northrup podcast.
Ah, shit.
Okay, I'll take that. I'll take that, Kevin. Thank you. And Kevin is the John Holmes of podcast.
Oh God, yeah, that's fitting.
Oh my God, he's dead like me. Oh, come on, Kevin. I'm sorry. Oh my God. God damn it, Kevin. God damn it, Kevin. Anyways, Keith Lee is just.
He's flopping, man. He's flopping. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's. Good.
This is something I wanted to ask you.
Good.
So with Cody now in WWE, and a lot of his pupils, a lot of projects, a lot of guys that were products of the Nightmare Factory and the Nightmare family, who do you see possibly crossing over to WWE? Because it's going to happen. Especially with Tony Khan not booking a lot of these, especially some of these bigger guys. Y'all know Vince loves big guys. And I see a couple, including one on my screen right now. I don't know if he's exactly a product of the Nightmare Factory, but Wardlow looks like money, man.
You know what? We should this should be another segment of the show. Like, I'd pull up the AEW roster. So I'm just gonna say some names. You just say yes or no.
All
right. Aaron Solo.
Hell no.
No.
Mr. Bailey.
Oh no, he's not going back, especially with Bailey being there. Adam Cole.
God. At this point, I love Adam Cole. He's one of my favorites, but I don't even know what the hell's going on. I'm speechless when it comes to Cole, man, and that's real for me to say. In my 10 years of being a fan of this guy, I am speechless when it comes to Adam Cole at this point.
Like, do you it's funny, I was saying this with Julian last week on Wrestling Court. Do you ever think there's a part of Adam Cole that thinks, what would have happened if I had just taken the manager job?
That's the point. I don't think he wanted to be a manager.
But do you think
he knows is the goal?
Yeah, but it's just like, I can't tell if, like, the WWE did a really good job at protecting him in NXT, or he's just really, or if this is just really who he is.
Nah, because in Ring of Honor, he wasn't booked like this in AEW either. What's going on with him now? I think it's a combination of Cole knowing what he wants to do, and the company provided him because everywhere he's ever been, he's been pushed good. PWG, CZW, Ring of Honor, NXT, and now he comes to AEW and he's an afterthought. Non-existent.
It's unfortunate because I've always liked Adam Cole, and just seeing him in AEW, it's just like, what the fuck went wrong? And like they put him in a feud with Orange Cassidy, and Orange Cassidy wins. Yeah. And then he doesn't do shit after that. Then they
pissed me off.
Then they put him in a dead, just lifeless feud with Adam Page, another boring piece of shit world champion.
Been good.
It should have been good.
Like, because the last time we saw Adam Cole Adam Page beat him
Right.
to kick him out of Bullet Club. Well, not to officially kick him out of Bullet Club, but to finish, officially throw him out of Ring of Honor so he can come to NXT. Like, so that feud should have had more blood on it, you know?
Right.
I was the better Adam, and all this other stuff, and them putting the noose around his neck and all this other you know what I'm saying? So it should have been more blood to that, but I don't know. I just don't know.
Booker of the Year.
He's in it. So-called nerds, they don't remember that? I remember that.
Oh, no. They pretend to. Because they're real people. They're not bots like us. Next is 5, Alan Angels.
No.
No. Alex Reynolds.
No.
No. Andre El Idolo.
No.
Nope. Angelo Parker. No.
I don't know who the fuck that is. Oh, one of the 2.0 guys, right? Yeah, I don't know. They just got rid of his ass.
Angelico.
No.
Nope. The Acclaimed.
Bowens is a big dude. I can see them possibly bringing him in. Casta's too old. Max Caster is almost 40.
So just Bowens?
Yeah.
I'll go with that. Anthony Ogogo. No.
What happened to Anthony Ogogo?
You
know what? I can actually see them bringing him in. He's a tall, big guy. He looks like the guy from the Tyler Perry movie or the play that smacked around the broad in the opening act. I can see them bringing him in, actually. He's the only guy I can see bringing from the... his eye got messed up. Again? Oh, that's why he's off the TV? I was wondering where he went.
Cody sent him back to England where he belongs.
Because we don't like those English people.
Cody solved racism. And then went back to Vince. Next is the Gunn Brothers.
I can actually see WWE bringing these two guys in.
To their credit, they have something. Like,
yes, and they're trying to get over the right way.
Like, yeah, they actually act like heels. They know how to be heels. They're not trying to be cool heels. They're being obnoxious heels. And we don't have too many of those. So, I would say bring them in.
Yeah.
Bear Country.
Hell no.
Nope. Billy Gunn.
Vince had heavy machinery, and he broke those two guys up. Think you can bring 2 more fat guys in? No.
Billy Gunn. Yeah, I think Billy Gunn will go back to WWE.
As a coach and stuff like that, I can see that.
The Butcher and the Blade.
No.
Nope.
Both guys in their 40s. No.
Red Dragon.
No, he just fired those guys. Well, fired Fish and let O'Reilly walk.
Brandon Cutler. No.
Oh no.
Cutlets. God damn it! I want cutlets.
Cutlets.
Brian Cage.
That's an insult to a cutlet.
Oh,
He's
man.
more blanded than an unseasoned chicken cutlet.
Got that right. Brian Cage.
Nah, he's set. He's set with the whole Ring of Honor stuff, which is cool. If Ring of Honor is a good avenue for him, then he should stay and take it.
I think he's someone that WWE has been trying to get, and he's made it very clear he doesn't want to go.
Yeah, because we had him before, but that's based off of like sour grapes from the last time he was there. Yes, Brian Cage was there before he got jacked. I remember watching him in Florida. Chris Logan had the Wolverine gimmick for sure. I thought he was bad with the Wolverine gimmick now. He was worse with it like 10, 11 years ago. Way worse.
Brian Pillman Jr.
No.
Yeah, I don't think so. Brock Anderson. No.
Hell no.
Brody King. No.
Vince would take one look at that guy and be like, holy shit. Arn.
Arn!
When did you get in great shape?
You're smaller.
What the hell happened to you?
God damn it.
We see Vince. I stepped into the drive and This is the result of that.
So Vince, tell me where the hose is so I can get some of these guys nice and moist for the match.
That's been missing a whole lot lately. Not a lot of wet hair lately.
We need more wet guys. Cody, I just want to tell you, I'm pretty proud of your success, but gotta say there's one thing missing. Well, what's that, Vince? You're not wet enough. God damn it!
On.
Wait, Brock. Shh! You're gonna ruin my fucking job. Just stand in the corner, Cody, and just close your eyes. This should all be over in a jiffy. Brody King, no.
Hell no.
Him and his tattoos that he got at the mall. Bryan Danielson.
I can see Danielson coming back.
Yeah, he'll go back. He's been nicey nice with WWE, and
Yeah.
I think Vince will take him back in a heartbeat. Vince loves Bryan, and Bryan loves Vince. I think he'll come back. Buddy Matthews.
No.
FTR.
Actually, I can see those guys possibly coming back.
I think so too. Again, big payday. I think it's kind of like with the Cody thing. You know, Cody left WWE because he wanted to prove himself, and he bet on himself, and he succeeded. FTR, they left WWE to bet on themselves, and so far they're succeeding. They're actually probably having the best year of their career. So I can see them going back to WWE. You know, money talks.
Yeah, I can see that too. And yeah, they wanted to prove that they were the best tag team out there. And you know, besides the Briscoes, I truly think they are. And I'm not even big fans of theirs like that. But they're so different in how they work. And I've always said Dax Harwood is like a crisp worker, man. Like, he's so like if you watch him out there, he's so smooth and so technical. And Cash is really good too. They're really good. It's just that when they go to cut promos, their voices do not match their faces or their body language.
Yeah,
especially Dax. Like Dax, you look at him, you would think he should be like more gruffy and scruffy.
Right.
Nah, he sounds like a typical guy from North Carolina.
You goddamn Briscoes. It's like, yeah, that doesn't really work, dude.
Yeah. You should be a little bit more mean than that, especially with that mutton chop, man. Like you gotta be more mean, one would think.
Next is Chris Jericho. He's going back.
Yeah, he's going back. He is on that diet. Y'all can go ahead and be thrown by that Jericho, the Jericho shit show appreciation, or whatever the hell that faction's called. Y'all can go ahead and be fooled by that all you want, but my man is on that Connecticut diet. He's on his way back. No. You don't get abs like that working at AEW.
Oh, no.
You get abs like that to get ready to go back to WWE.
It's only a matter of time, folks. He'll be back probably at like the Royal Rumble next year, if I had to guess.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Or maybe even a Mania. You never know. Next is Christian Cage. I think he'll go back once his contract is up.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll probably join the Edge faction if it's still around. Or
he could be the other coach, or he can go up against him.
I mean, that could be a WrestleMania match, you know, Edge's retirement match, or you know, a retirement match in general. Like, you know, this is the last time these guys will wrestle, like, ever, or whatever. But Christopher Daniels, he's not going anywhere.
No. Yeah.
I mean, I know him and AJ are like, you know, brothers or pretty much, but I don't know. But whatever.
Yeah, I think he's not going to WWE. He's too old.
Oh,
they told him no before. You think they're going to tell him no? You think they're going to give him a chance? 10 years later?
Nope.
Yeah,
Next.
Goodbye.
Next is Chuck Taylor. No.
Oh, hell no.
CM Punk.
No.
I'm going to say yes.
Hall of Fame induction, maybe, but
I think.
I don't
I mean,
wrestle.
I think he will. Personally, I think. Again, I'm gonna be that guy. Anything can happen. Never say never.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Triple H has worked overtime getting people back to WWE that have fallen out of their good graces. So,
But I mean, yeah, you make a point. I mean, Scott Steiner recently. I mean, my God, Scott Steiner has said some horrendous things about Triple H.
well, I mean,
He
of course,
wouldn't be where he is. And I watched the clip the other day. He wouldn't be where he's at if he was fucking the boss's daughter. I mean, what the fuck?
he's fat. He's fat.
Scott Steiner's a trip, but yeah, yeah, you're right. I mean, Scott Steiner, who has been a vocal detractor of Triple H's for a long time, back in, in somewhat of a good graces in WWE. I think maybe there's room for Punk.
And also, I think I read something where Triple H had said that him and Punk kind of made up.
Oh, really?
Like he this is before Punk even went to AEW. That he said, I spoke to Punk for like the first time in a while, and we made up. So, well, CM Punk hasn't exactly confirmed it, but he hasn't denied it.
Denied it either. Which
So-
he would.
And also, Triple H. I can't really see Triple H lying about something like that. Like, it would sound a little over the top if he was like, me and Punk are friends, and we hung out last week, and me and Steph hung out with him in April, and had brunch. Like, if it was like over the top, but he was like, nah, I talked to CM Punk like over a year and a half ago. We're good. But whatever he wants to do is whatever he wants to do. So, yeah. But I don't know. I honestly think Punk will be back in some form like either as like maybe an announcer, maybe doing commentary. So I don't know. Just it's my gut. I'm gonna go with my gut on that. Colt Cabana, no.
No, hell no.
Danhausen, no.
No.
Daniel Garcia,
No.
nope. Dante Martin,
No.
I'm gonna say yes.
You know what? Then again, yes. Dante is only 20 years old. I can see him going to NXT 2.0. Actually,
Yeah, there you go. Like,
I forgot to factor that in.
like I can see WWE wanting to sign this guy because at the end of the day, like in any wrestling company, you need your big guys, you need your hosses, you also need your high flyers, you also need the guys that are gonna spark the crowd, you need the guys you can put in that opening match on every pay-per-view and every house show. So
But also, you need guys that you can develop into, like, I mean, we don't know what this kid's physique is going to be like in 5 years. For all you know, he's all skinny now, but he could be all brolic and he could be like a hybrid wrestler.
yeah,
In like 5 years. So, we don't know. But yeah, like, I forgot that he's very, very young, and I forgot about NXT 2.0, and he'd be perfect for that.
Yeah.
Him, a kid, you get a couple of good young guys there.
next is Darby Allin.
No. As
I'm
much
gonna-
as I would think they would love to latch onto him and make money with him, I don't see that working out so well.
I'm gonna say no too because like I'm kind of in the same boat with you. Like I could see WWE seeing me and go, okay, that's our next Jeff Hardy, but Darby's made it very clear he doesn't want to go to WWE. Which again, I know I said the same thing about Punk, that Punk says that he doesn't want to go back, but he might come back in a few years. Maybe Darby will, but at the moment I don't see him wanting to go there because he seems like
They would handcuff him. They would handcuff him, and I could see him like bucking that.
yeah, and also he seems like the type of guy that likes his own freedom. Like, because he says while he's wrestling, he likes to write his own music and he likes to do all that stupid jackass stuff. So,
Exactly.
and I think it will be a combination of WWE like hating him and him hating them. So, Darius Martin.
No.
So they'll just go with Dante over Darius?
Yeah, because he's more younger, has more potential.
Agreed. Dustin Rhodes.
No. Maybe for a Hall of Fame induction, but not to like wrestle or have any other run outside of that.
Yeah, I think he'll go back because Cody's there. And Cody said in an interview that, if AEW guys are asking him, for advice to come back to WWE, he'll, be real honest with it. So I also think Cody's going to be that bridge to bringing in AEW guys to the company.
Okay.
So, and then, again, I think I could see Dustin coming back for a Hall of Fame induction. And also, they're doing a Dusty Rhodes thing on not Discovery, but A&E. Those documentaries that they're doing last year, so... Yeah, there you go. Eddie Kingston, no.
No.
Ethan Page.
I love Eddie, but no, that's not happening. I know how he is, and just that's not going to work out.
And he already tried out for WWE, and he made it very clear that he does not work well with them.
Yeah. And it's fine if you're honest with yourself. Then yeah, that's fine. That's cool. At least he knows that him in that WWE system that wouldn't work. That wouldn't mesh.
Ethan Page.
He's got a punchable. You know what? I would say yes.
Yeah, same here.
That punchable face. I can see them possibly bringing him in. He can talk, and he's another guy that's gotten himself into some great shape over the years. Because I remember when he was pudgy and out of shape. When he was Gargano's, when he was Gargano's protege, like 5 years ago. And he's totally evolved into this egomaniac, no pun intended. So I can see them bringing him in.
And also the rumor is that
he can talk and he can work. He's not bad.
Yeah, he's pretty decent. The rumor is that WWE wants him.
Really?
Yeah, I think his contract is about to expire pretty soon for AEW, and the rumors that WWE wants him.
He got there last year.
I'm just telling you what I heard, man.
What kind of deals do AEW sign their people to?
Not very good ones. Deals where Tony Khan apparently has enough money to buy ROH, but he can't give Cody an extension.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Next is Evil Uno. No.
Mm-hmm. Hell no.
Frankie Kazarian. No.
No.
Fuego.
I love Frankie too, and I wish his WWE run would have worked out years ago, but yeah, nah.
No.
Because Arn Anderson, he would have fit right in with Arn and the boys,
I'll show you one.
Just go ahead and bend all over, Frank.
I'll show you one thing, Vince. He sure does know how to handle a hose.
Look at the water just flowing right through his locks.
It's like he was born for this. Fuego del Sol, no.
No, hell no.
Griff Garrison, no.
You know what? Surprisingly, I'll say yeah. They'll probably stick him in NXT 2.0. It's the weird guys that you don't even think about sometimes, and I think he's one of them.
I don't see it. He doesn't really look like somebody. He looks more like a jobber, if anything. He's the guy you put.
I think he's only 20 years old too. That's the guy you stick in NXT UK and let him grow.
NXT UK, isn't he American though?
I mean NXT
2.0. Right.
Fuck, too many NXT this, too many NXT that.
God damn it.
God damn.
Yeah, damn. Next is Adam Page.
Yeah, and WWE will teach him how to really be a goddamn cowboy for sure.
Oh yeah, he goes on WWE, he's a star. They'll know how to push him and make him into a star, not whatever the fuck this is on AEW.
I forget he's a champion half the time. Honestly, I really do.
I was actually just saying that right before you got on. I was I heard Mish. I think it was either Mish or Kevin Castle that was saying, I'm at the point where I forget Adam Page is the champion.
Yeah.
He's a very forgettable champion, and it's just it sucks because that's a guy that I like Adam Page. I'm not saying I hate him, but it's just they have done a piss poor job at booking the guy.
Yeah, they have. And look, I'm a guy that's done a complete 180 on Adam Page. I used to think he was very, very bland
Mm-hmm.
back in Ring of Honor, and they was trying to push him really, really hard. And I'm just not seeing. I mean, he's got the cool finish, the rite of passage, the reverse power driver, the reverse power driver that he now calls the Deadeye. But I mean, he had that cool finish, and then other than that, it was just like, okay, there's nothing else in this guy. And then AEW's credit, they was pushing him with the Cowboy and shit like that. So, I mean, it's been good, but like Lightning said in the chat, his run just feels like Punk's run in 08. No real meat on the bone. I think he needs to turn heel.
More like I'll one up you. It's more like Chris Benoit's title reign.
Oh God!
Like he had the big moment at WrestleMania, and what happened after that? He killed his whole family. I'm playing. That was dark. I'm sorry, but yeah, it's just again. This is a guy we want to get over, and we like him. But there is just something missing with the guy. So, next is Hook.
Depends on if they hate Taz enough. I say yeah. They'll stick him in NXT and let him get over and develop. I tell you right now, if Hook, the Ass Boys, Griff Garrison, I can see WWE picking those guys up for their youth alone.
Right.
But with Hook, it depends on if they hate Taz enough. Like Taz seems to think they do.
Right. Which I don't get where the animosity is coming from with Taz and WWE. Like he's never exactly said what
I just think they never gave him a phone call. Because give him a phone call at the TNA.
Well, maybe it's for a reason, but like, I don't know.
I would just put him in the booth. I think Taz is a pretty funny announcer.
I thought you know what? I always liked Taz's announcing. Like just that that heyday of SmackDown, Michael Cole and Taz. Like that was all. Like I enjoyed it. And again, I can see
he was some of the highlights on Impact when it was getting really, really insufferable.
Right, and also like
2012, 2013 is when he was in Ace of Snakes. I got a factoid for you. I got a bull on my ass. I'm like, what? What the hell?
Jesus Christ, Taz. I was gonna say like you're mentioning them signing Hook, but it depends on how they feel about Taz. Or it's just like Braun Breaker. They signed Braun Breaker and Scott Steiner. I mean, granted, Scott's his uncle, but still, it's family. So I can see them wanting to sign Hook because as much as I'm not a Hook fan, there's plenty of Hook fans out there because he's a good-looking guy, that girls are attracted to. So I can see them putting him on the show, and young girls are gonna be like, oh, like they're gonna see him and go, oh, he's so handsome, he's so dreamy, like
It's not even young girls either. It's girls in their fucking 30s.
I mean,
I love this fucking guy too.
I mean, go figure.
Hell, I'm talking to one right now.
Jesus Christ. So I can see them wanting to sign him. That wouldn't surprise me all that much. Next is Private Party.
Mark Quinn, yes. Isaiah Cassidy, no.
Agreed. Jack Evans, no.
No, I love Jack, but no. No. Jack is gonna... I think Jack is already 40. Nah, it ain't happening. If it ain't working out in AEW, it definitely ain't gonna work out in WWE. Jack does way too much.
Jake Atlas, no.
No, they just fired him for being bland.
Jake Hager, no.
Hell no.
Jay Lethal, no.
No. That ship has sailed. Unfortunately.
The Hardys,
no.
I mean, they'll come back.
Hall of Fame induction, yes.
Yeah. John Silver,
No.
no. John Moxley,
Unless they want to cast the new Hornswoggle. Other than that, no.
John Moxley?
Maybe. I don't know. It depends on if he loves his deathmatch wrestling too much.
I was kind of saying, like, his contract is up next month, and, like, it wouldn't surprise me if he stayed in AEW, but it's just like, it's one of those things of, like Cody said, if, you know, AEW guys call me and ask me for advice, I'll be honest. I could see Moxley going back because I'm not trying to, like, put words in his mouth or anything, but it's just like, he's pushing 40 and he has a kid. I'm pretty sure he doesn't want to do the deathmatch thing again. He just got out of rehab for drinking, which I'm pretty sure the deathmatch stuff, like, attributed to that.
Right. Same.
So he's gonna want that stability, and I'm pretty sure Vince is gonna offer him a big contract, like what he offered AJ and Kevin Owens, and, you know, bringing him back. You know, you have another main event guy that can go against Roman. You know, you could have the Shield reform. You can even do like a Shield main event at WrestleMania, where it's just like, it's a triple threat match with all guys in the Shield. You know, you can do that. So I can see him coming back, like, definitely. Jungle Boy.
Yes, but he would be a guy that they would treat as a project. He's got to get some mic skills. Jack has got to get better on that stick, man.
Oh yeah, like, they're gonna tell him to definitely, like, you know, bulk up a little bit, and by a little bit I mean a lot of it, and also, you know, get better on the mic.
He's still young.
Right.
So.
I mean, he's definitely better than Cora Jade. Anyways,
the Lord.
who the fuck is this? Khan?
Khan.
Kaun?
Oh, the guy from Ring of Honor.
I guess that's him. I'm gonna say no because I don't know who that is.
Yeah.
Keith Lee? No.
Keith Lee? No, they just got rid of his ass. Nah, they didn't bring that man back. Fuck that.
Kenny Omega?
No.
Let me ask you something. Do you think WWE still wants him, though?
No. He's too nerdy. He's too goofy. He wouldn't even last 5 minutes in a meeting with Vince.
I don't know. You know what? I think there's a part of WWE that still just wants him. Like in some, they just still want him because it's Vince. Vince wants to be the guy that goes, I got everybody in my company. Like, even if they're here for like a month, like he, like, I'm pretty sure Vince, like, anytime he hears about Kenny's contract coming up, he goes, you know, call him now, like right now, goddammit. So I don't know, like, again, I don't see Kenny ever going to WWE. But then again, you know, we said the same thing about Sting, and Sting came from WWE for like a cup of coffee, and then Cody came back. So I don't.
He's coming from behind.
Oh boy, poor Julia Hart. No. Oh, he's using his bat. God damn it. Oh my god. Yeah, I don't think Kenny's going anywhere anytime soon. Kip Sabian, no.
No, hell no.
Lance Archer.
No.
I think
Lance is in his mid-40s, man. He ain't coming.
Yeah, true. He ain't going anywhere.
Plus they had him years ago and let him go, so.
Alright, I'm just going to say both of them. Both Lees. Lee Johnson and Lee Moriarty.
No.
No to both?
Yeah. Maybe Shoddy Lee, they could probably do something with him and maybe stick him in NXT 2.0, but Lee Moriarty, no.
Well, Shoddy Lee's also a Cody guy.
Yeah, that's all. I had to think about it for a second too. And no homo, but he's a good-looking guy. He's clean cut,
right?
Honorable guy. I can maybe see them taking a chance on him. Maybe sticking him in NXT 2.0, let him grow.
Yeah, and I can see Cody being like, you know, this guy's pretty good. Like, you should give him a look. So,
yeah.
Luther, no.
Luther, he's still in AEW.
According to this list, he's a coach.
Oh, he's fucking awful.
He's a coach, quote unquote.
Oh, and somebody got mad with me, angry with me about shitting on Luther. I'm like, he's the shit. I don't give a shit. He's from Canada. He's the shit. Sorry.
Yeah, well, it pays to be Chris Jericho's friend, apparently.
Yeah, exactly. It's awful.
Malachi Black.
No.
I'm gonna say yes, because
Think so?
again, it's another thing like with who was I gonna say? Bryan Danielson, where he hasn't really
Hasn't
set.
burned bridges. Yeah.
He's never burned bridges, and he kind of said, maybe I will go back. And also, his wife's there, and they're
Yeah.
as much as she sucks, they like her, so he might come back. You never know. So
It's the Alexa Bliss. It's the Alexa Bliss thing. Selena Vega is suntan Alexa Bliss, man.
there you go.
She can talk and she can act, and that above wrestling skill, man.
And also, Anna in the chat saying put him in the stable with Edge and Priest.
That'd be dope. I mean, if his contract was up tomorrow, that'd be great.
I mean, he can be in an actual faction that gets ratings and people watch.
Yeah.
Fucking Brody.
That's what Brody King told us a Wish version. Motherfucker, nobody knows who you are.
It's like, dude,
You're one suntan away from melting. Go sit on your ass.
like, dude, take your bad, shitty tattoos that you got at the mall, and shut the fuck up. Plain and simple.
This man has a fucking. I mean, he has a dolphin tatted on him, man. Go get the fuck.
Nothing's more evil than a dolphin.
Yes, I know, right? Because that's so scary. Like he doesn't even look scary. Like Malachi Black, I'd be more afraid of Malachi Black than Brody King, obviously. Or honestly, it looks like a big jamoke. It looks like one of those big, like one of those big goons that's like on the movies, comedy movies where the bad guy sends his goons to go get the hero or something like that, and he beats the big goof up all the time. Like that's all he reminds me of. Can't take him seriously. That's why WWE. Nah, he was like, I turned down. Nah, WWE never wanted you. Let's be honest. WWE never wanted you, bro.
Nope.
You like shit. I remember watching him in MLW, and everybody was like, Brody King, Brody King. This is the mighty Brody King everybody was talking about. I'm more impressed with Hammerstone next. Beat Omega to Omos. That'd be great. Have Omos be like, welcome to my house, bitch.
That theme song. That theme song's dope, by the way.
Who, Omos?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that shit's pumping.
I was gonna ask you about hair.
Somebody tried to tell me the other day that he's not a wrestler. I'm like, then what is he in there? If he's not a wrestler, then what is he?
He doesn't.
Stands in the ring and jerk off. Like, what is he then?
RJ, he doesn't do kicks. Remember, he doesn't do suplexes or suicide topes.
Well, look at the motherfucker. Like, how could he?
Well, he should learn. Okay, Jesus.
Like, holy shit! This fucking guy's 7'4". What? 7'4", right?
If Paul London can do it, so can he.
Oh, good lord! Paul London was also like 5'9", 6 foot tall, doing all that shit.
Yeah, I like Paul London.
I like Paul London too. He's fucking crazy.
Did you ever see that video he was doing where he was like reviewing wrestling books, and he was like stoned. He was stoned out of his mind and all. He just randomly had a Chris Benoit toy or action figure that actually had that action figure. By the way, it was a WCW Chris Benoit action figure, and then out of nowhere he just starts humming Chris Benoit's old WWF theme. The
I ain't gonna lie, I kind of find myself doing that sometimes too. This might be an unpopular opinion, but I love that shooter theme over the
Our Lady piece.
Yeah, Our Lady piece. Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna agree.
I found the shooter theme a whole lot more frightening.
I'm gonna agree with you because, like, yeah, like I said, that sounded more frightening and that fit his personality. Like, you bring in this like alternative, pop rock band, and it's just like, okay, the song. There's nothing wrong with the song itself.
Oh, song's great.
But it doesn't fit Chris, and it didn't fit Chris.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But let's get back to the topic at hand. So, Marco Stunt.
Hell no. Unless, like I said, they're auditioning for the new Hornswoggle. That's that'd be his saving grace.
Hi, Mr. McMahon. I'm here to sign up for a job.
Well, there's this child in my office. Paul, whose child is this? Is this one of your daughter's friends? Jesus Christ.
Fuck is this guy?
WWE daycare.
WWE daycare.
The
Vince is chasing Marco Stunton John Silver around with lollipops. Come here, damn it! Come here! You son of a bitch!
You want your job, don't you? Oh man, the Young Bucks.
No.
Nope.
Riho. Yeah, I know, right? Riho looks like a child. Holy shit! I know she started at 14, but does that mean 14 is in present time? Holy shit!
Who I don't know who the hell this is. Matt Menard. Oh, that's the other 2.0 guy, right?
I guess I don't know.
Then I'm gonna say no. Matt Sydal.
Maybe as a coach or something. I don't know.
Michael Nakazawa. No.
No, hell no.
Miro.
You know what? What the hell? I know he was filming a movie, but beforehand, like, what the hell? Like, what is going on with this guy?
According to
I think he could be on his way back. Honestly,
I think he'll be back. Like he said he was hurt and that creative didn't have anything for him at the moment. So I don't know. I think he'll be back for that payday. Like, you never know.
Yeah.
Here's an interesting one. MJF.
Yes. I think him and Cody are tight.
Mm-hmm.
I think Cody would see the potential in him, along with quite a few others in WWE. He's a guy. To me, MJF is tailor-made for WWE, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, especially if you want moments like that angry Miz girl. Especially if you want moments like that. Again, I think that MJF can get underneath a lot of people's skin.
Right.
But the only thing is are they willing to let MJF freestyle it instead of producing his whole entire promo? That's the only issue there.
I think,
other than that, I think he's tailor-made.
I think it could be a mixture of both, because according to him, he's tight with Bruce Pritchard. I don't know.
Who, MJF?
Yeah. Because, he was in MLW and Bruce Pritchard was in MLW, so...
Yes.
I mean...
Yes, I remember that.
That could either be a good thing or a bad thing, but if you're... I guess if you're...
And look, MJF and the Dynasty were pushed like a motherfucker.
Right.
When they were... And MJF was a top heel. He didn't compete for the world title all that much, but MJF, Hammerstone, and Holiday were top heels, and they did get the push.
I was going to ask you, since you mentioned Hammerstone, do you see Hammerstone go to WWE?
Yeah. I can, after his MLW contract is up, I don't know how old he is right now, but that's as long as he's in his early 30s, I think Hammerstone could be on his way. That's a guy I could see them snatching up. Holiday too. Holiday and Hammer are both big guys that can talk, work, have personalities, and that blend guys. I can definitely see it. Holiday could be what Ted DiBiase Jr. was supposed to have been. Just less injury prone.
Right.
And I love the fact that he calls his finisher the 2008. The stock market crash in 08.
Yeah.
That's the whole origin behind it. Yeah, like Holiday's great, dude. I can see both of those guys honestly going.
What about Fatu, Jacob?
No,
Not even to join Roman?
No. Apparently Fatu's in mega trouble.
Like currently?
No, You know how WWE, they're crazy about like guys who don't. Who the fuck? The AEW just brought out some fucking giant Indian guy.
I'm not watching. I have the Spurs game on.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that, but no, Fatu. WWE's not too hot about guys who've had like past, troubles and stuff like that. And he was a convicted felon.
Well, I think one thing comes into play, and this is kind of the running.
That's why they didn't touch Moose. That's why they didn't touch a lot of other guys.
Well, I was gonna say, like, he's Samoan, so I think he'll be okay. And also,
they had a chance to snag him up before he signed that big 5-year deal with MLW last year, and they did not.
All right,
do
so
anything.
I mean, forget about that then. Let's go back to let's kind of speed through the list and get to Q&A. But yeah, MJF, yeah, he's definitely going to WWE. Like you say, he's tailor made, and I think Vince will love him. Triple H will love him. Apparently, Bruce Pritchard loves him. So there you go.
And then Brute, nobody has Vince's ear like Brucey Poo.
There you go. And also Paul Heyman, fellow Jew. He's gonna love him.
Put the Jew in jiu-jitsu.
Let's see. I think we already mentioned Comorado. No.
Yes, I'm gonna say yes. Actually, that
Really?
guy's a fucking monster, man. Comorado. I can see them sticking him in NXT, giving him another chance, because he was in NXT before. So you don't think they would want a big, scary guy looking like that in NXT? He's what they're trying to make Von Wagner, man. I would rather have him than Von Wagner, honestly. Nick Comorado. He looks scary. Whereas fucking, I look in Von Wagner's face and I see Great Khali, that jawline, man. He just looks. I can't take him seriously, man. At least Comorado, with the right build, and AEW ain't gonna give him the right build, but WWE will. Like, I think he can work in WWE. And I ain't saying he's a great worker, but I think he can. I think he can work in WWE in a WWE environment.
Orange Cassidy.
Hell no.
Fuck no. Ortiz and Santana. I'm sorry.
Only if they want it, which I don't think they do.
I think it's a thing of WWE would probably want them, but they don't want to.
Well, they did. WWE did want them a couple of years ago, but they turned it down because they just didn't want to be on the road 24/7 like that. They didn't want to be away from their families, and that's who Monkey and Drastic are. They're just guys that prefer to be around their family,
right?
And AEW allows them to do that.
It's funny. I just thought of an interview that the Briscoes did where they basically just said, if we went to WWE, we'd make them a lot of money.
You know what? The Briscoes dropping the Ring of Honor titles. I don't know. Maybe something could be in the works. I don't know. The Briscoes ain't that old. Briscoes got to be in their mid-30s.
And also, like, Dem Boys versus the Usos. Like, that's a match. That's a license to print money. You know what I mean? Because the Usos, I think, are kind of a, I don't want to say rip-off, but they kind of maybe stole some stuff from the Briscoes.
Synchronized promos, maybe?
Probably.
But they kind of stole that from Jade. I wouldn't say from the Briscoes completely. Unless all of a sudden Jimmy starts acting wacky like he's Mark, then yeah. But like as far as like the promo style, they copy off of Jay a little bit.
Pac?
No.
Yeah, I'll say no. Big Show, he'll be back.
Well, we're gonna hear that music one more time. Hey, Kev. Big Show spared both of us by not being on WWE for a while.
I think Kev is mad that I called him John Holmes. Oof.
Uh-oh.
I hope he's not mad, but anyways, I'll ask him later. Yeah, Big Show will be back. Penta, nah.
No.
I think they.
Still than that.
I think they wanted him like at some point, but he just said no. And I lost my Kevin Castle privileges again.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. I know what I have to do to earn that back.
Uh-oh.
Oh. Here we go. Peter Avalon, no.
No, hell no.
Powerhouse Hobbs, yes.
Yes.
Ten-
AEW can't get it right. I can see Cody being that whisperer.
10. Preston Vance.
Yes. I can actually see WWE doing something with the guy.
Is that the guy with the? Is that the guy with the Deathstroke mask?
Yes, he's the biggest guy in Dark Order, and they ain't doing jack shit with none of those people. But
Massive.
especially him, you would think they would try to do something with him. They ain't doing jack shit with that guy.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool mask. Maybe.
He's got a cool mask, but then when he takes it off, he looks like a fucking he looks like a badass with it off. Whereas Alan Angels, I ain't gonna lie, him and some of the other guys, they do need to wear masks. I would put John Silver and Alex Reynolds, they need to wear masks. Why is this guy though? This guy looks like a jock. If I was casting Flash Thompson for like an Agent Venom movie, he would be my pick. But yeah, he's a guy I can actually see going to WWE, getting better. He's a guy that's a product of that Nightmare Factory too.
Let's see, Ray Phoenix.
No.
I would say yes, partially because Ray's
If he
getting
doesn't
old.
want to get hurt anymore.
Probably, I was gonna say because Ray's getting older, they're gonna want another Rey Mysterio guy with a mask. So I would say yes, and I like Ray Phoenix.
I do too, but is he gonna want to calm down that style?
WWE.
Like Don Tony says all the time, they're gonna have to domesticate him if he does sign.
Oh yeah, they'll do it. Next is Ricky Starks,
It's a guy I would love to see in WWE.
and I think he's also been very cryptic about coming to WWE.
Really?
Like he's been making comments about Cody coming to WWE, and then the whole thing that went down with Tony Khan and who was it? Big Swole.
Yeah.
Like he's been very cryptic about wanting to get out of AEW, and I can see him coming to WWE, and I can see WWE pushing him because he looks like a mini Rock, and he can talk and he can work. So that's something.
He's not a small, tiny guy either.
Oh no, like he looks like a star. So I can see WWE like wanting him bad, and I think he's tight with Bailey. I think he's tight with Bailey as well.
He's tight with Bailey, Sasha, and a couple others.
So, here's an interesting one: Sammy Guevara.
I can see the backlash they would get if they did sign him, but
Well, I mean, yeah, the whole thing with him and Sasha, where him and Sasha made up. Sasha even said, "I talked to Sammy. We're good."
yeah, of course. But there's stupid fans that make it way more than what it is and what it needs to be.
Right.
Me myself personally, I think I'd say no. I don't think they'd bring him in.
I would say yes because he looks like something. He looks like someone they would want because he can work. He's not really that good of a talker.
Yeah.
He's not really interesting, and I don't know. Like I think they would probably bring him in just to test him out to see how he does. So we'll see.
Yeah.
And he's still young. He's still a young guy. Samoa Joe. I think Samoa Joe will come back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agent.
Yeah.
Maybe. But then again, they fired the man twice. I don't see that happening, man.
Well, I mean, it's like I was saying.
Maybe down the road. I don't know.
Well,
They fired this fucking guy twice.
it's like I was saying earlier. Like, I think Samoa Joe really does want to be in WWE. Like, I don't think he wanted to leave. So I think.
Yeah, but that's not his choice though. They fired him twice.
But I'm saying if they call him back, saying we want you back as like a scout or an agent, or a producer. Like, I think he'll jump. I think he'll probably jump to the choice or jump at the chance. I'm gonna skip over a few of these names so I don't recognize them. Scorpio Sky.
No.
Nope. Captain Sean Dean.
I can actually see them snagging him up and sticking him in NXT 2.0. Actually, I'm telling you, it's going to be the weird guys you least expect.
Yeah, probably. Sean Spears, no.
No.
Sonny Kiss, no.
Hell no.
Yeah, Sting's not going anywhere. Stu Grayson?
No. Too small. Too hairy.
Let's see.
Is that Daniel Bryan? When did Bryan cut his hair bald?
God damn it, Arn. Get the hose. Swerve Strickland? I'm going to say yes.
Maybe.
Because you know what?
I don't know why the fuck they released him for anyways.
To be fair, I think
if it was just the fat guy that they had the issue with, why not just cut the fat guy and have him and Swerve and fucking the other guy who I actually think had potential too.
Adonis?
Adonis. Like, why not just have those guys be a fucking tag team? It doesn't make any sense to me. But I don't know, man. Maybe down the line. I would like to see it. And he hadn't said anything bad about NXT or anything like that, or about Vince. Period.
Right.
He's saying how he was even saying last week how Vince came up to him and told him that he think that Hit Row, especially him specifically, is going to make them a lot of money. I don't know if he's bullshitting or not, but like I don't think he would bring that up, especially him being in AEW, if he was bullshitting.
So, let's see who's next. No, fuck him. Trent.
No.
Wardlow.
Yes.
Yes, he'll be there because again, another Cody guy. He looks like Batista. So
he doesn't look like Batista. He's kind of built like him.
he kind of looks he looks like Batista in Evolution a little bit. And he also addressed that where he talked about people comparing him to Batista. He's like, "Hey, that's an honor." Like I was a fan of Batista back in the day, so I mean it's not an insult, but it's like with Odyssey Jones saying, "Don't compare me to Mark Henry." It's like you don't want to be compared.
You look like Mark Henry. Shut your fat ass up.
It's like you don't want to be compared to a Hall of Famer.
That's exactly what you better shave your fucking beard and cut your dreadlocks if you don't want that. Fucking see, that's what I'm saying. No fucking babies.
Like don't. It's like that's like somebody compare me to Mish, and I'm like, don't compare me to Mish. I'm not Mish. It's like, ugh.
Yeah.
It's like, RJ, you need to stop being so much like Kevin Castle, and you'd be like, don't call me Kevin Castle, Drew.
Hey, that's an honor.
How dare you call me Kevin Castle, you awful human being.
Piece of shit, yo. I can't believe you would do this to me.
Whatever am I gonna do?
I'm gonna jump off the bridge. I can't take it anymore.
I'm gonna slit my wrists. Wheeler Yuta.
No.
Nope. Let's get to the females real quick, and we'll get to Q&A. Abaddon.
No.
Anna Jay.
Yes.
Yes.
She's a Nightmare Factory girl too, by the way.
Oh yeah. And then
I know somebody that trains in the Nightmare Factory. So I know who's a Nightmare Factory person and who's not. So yeah, she's definitely one of them.
And she's pretty good. Like she's good in the ring, and she's also very easy on the eyes. So
yes, and I can see them doing something with her. She's got that. Yeah, she's got a marketable look to it.
AQA?
No.
Maybe she's a Booker T girl. She might come back. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, because they had her and they let her go not too long ago. So I don't know.
Here's an interesting one. Britt Baker.
No. That's Tony's girl. I think Tony's gonna throw a bag at her to make her stay.
Or probably put a bag over her head.
Oh God.
Hey, they're into some freaky shit, apparently. According to you, they're into some freaky shit.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I think it's a thing of WWE would want her, but she seems like she's happy with what she's doing right now, or who she's doing. So I don't know. Like, it's one of those things where I think it's just like there's interest on one side, but there's disinterest on the other side. So we'll see. Money talks. At the end of the day, money talks. So you never know what could happen.
Money talks, bullshit walks.
The bunny. No.
No.
Emi Sakura?
No. Not Freddie Mercury.
Oh, no. Hikaru Shida.
She's hot as hell, but I don't see them wanting her.
Maybe. You know, they want to build that, you know, that fan base, you know, because they got Asuka, they got Io Shirai, who I don't know what the fuck they're doing with. They got Saray, who I'm actually starting to like Saray a little bit.
She gotta. I hate to be that guy, but she's gotta go to the gym, man.
I like her entrance. I like her theme. I like her entrance now, where like she'll walk up. She'll walk up as the Joshi princess, and then when she gets out to the ramp, she's automatically Saray. And I like her theme. I like how they meld that theme of dun 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 dun, and as soon as she gets out, it just gets to the dun 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 dun.
No, I like the theme. Don't get me wrong. I just think her, like, she's got to get shape. She's a little soft in the middle there.
Right.
You know, it's Asuka and Io, or, you know, and Kyrie, they were in great shape, right? She's a little soft in the middle there.
Right.
I think those are the things that Vince and Bruce looks at, and it's just like,
next is Jade Cargill.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Definitely. She's another Nightmare Factory girl too. So, and she's tight with Cody and Brandy too. So yeah,
she'll show up on WWE TV in like the next 2 years. Jamie Hayter.
Oh man, she's got to bring that English ass on the WWE, right? But I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, if I guess because her and B Priestley are really tight. B Priestley's having a good time in NXT UK so far. Maybe she might be watching what B's doing, and if nothing progresses with Jamie Hayter, I think she could wind up going over there. She's young enough. I think she's younger than me.
She's definitely not bad in the ring, and she has an interesting look. I'm not just talking about her ass, but like she has a good look. So I could see her going to NXT pretty soon. Kiera Hogan. Is that a yes or no?
No.
All right. Chris Statlander.
No.
Nope. Leva Bates.
No, hell no.
Layla Hirsch.
Maybe for comedic purposes, but not as a straight wrestler. I can tell you that right now.
I can just picture Charlotte. Uh-oh, where did you go? Oh, you're right there.
Yeah, exactly. That's not going to be good. That's not going to be good.
Mercedes Martinez.
They just had her, man, and plus, you know, with the whole age initiative they got going on right now.
Yeah.
WWE, no, they're not.
Which sucks.
I just don't think that.
I think
she's going to go for that, and plus they had 2 chances, Drew. If they really wanted it, they would have kept her. It's the same thing with Samoa Joe.
Right.
They really wanted these people. They should have kept them. And they was flirting with signing her like twice, kind of like AEW, until Tony Khan just finally caved in and did it. Same thing with WWE. So it's just like, Like they had their chances, and then they just let her go. So it's just like I don't know. I don't see them bringing it back.
Right.
Which is unfortunately. I love Mercedes. I know she's she's like 40, but
yeah.
I had wished that would have worked out because to me she could have been the perfect player coach for NXT and some of those girls because my God they need it because it's more green than pink in that ring and Natty Neidhart is not exactly the best to work with. Look, I did her breasts look great in a tight crop shirt, but besides the point and technical wrestling skill. What is Natty going to really offer some of these younger girls? Is she going to teach them how to cut a bad promo?
I groaned as soon as I heard her theme.
I probably would have too had I would have watched it live.
Like I was already groaning at Cora Jade's promo. As soon as I heard the I'm like, I just went boo. And I changed the channel.
Why the fuck are you here?
Why does NXT hate me this week? What the fuck? What have I done? What have I done for you to betray me like this, Vince?
You know what it is. You know what it is, right?
I
think you and I both kind of called it a couple weeks ago when we were doing our bus flip. Remember when we was like, "Oh, well, Natty's gonna be a coach." So when you kind of we kind of set the motion for this. If Natty's gonna be a player coach in just NXT, I think I can bite my bullet on that. But if they're gonna do what they did with Dolph Ziggler and put the title on and fucking forget about it.
But RJ, I was hoping for something that was behind the scenes, where I don't have to see her on television anymore.
Oh, of course. No, I'm with you on that.
Like if you want to pull an audible and throw her sister out there instead. And just say that's Natty, I'm fine with that.
Oh yeah, we need more Jenny on TV, baby.
Just have Jenny dye her hair blonde. And it's just like, hey, I'm fine with this. It's like with Elias. It's like with Elias and his brother Ezekiel.
Ezekiel. Which is taking a life of his own right now.
You know what? I'm gonna be that guy. Kevin Owens is getting this over.
Yes, he is. Just him and Tommaso looking at him.
He's just like, no, that's Elias. That's not Ezekiel. He's a liar. Stop. I don't like liars. Why are you lying? It's too funny. Let's finish this list real quick. Nyla Rose.
No.
Nope. Paige Van Zant. No, she's already signed with AEW.
I can see them bringing her in though. She's hot. She's blonde. My God. Woof.
Do you think that would piss off?
She's got a hint more personality than Ronda does.
I was gonna say, do you think that would piss off Ronda if they brought her in?
I don't think Ronda and Paige Van Zandt have beef. They weren't even in the same division.
Yeah, but it seems like
Paige Van Zandt was like a bantamweight. Ronda was Paige Van Zandt was a featherweight. And Ronda Rousey was a bantamweight.
Right.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I do believe they were in different divisions. I don't think they paths never crossed. I know other fighters that like Claudia Gadelha and Joanna. I know they had beefs with Paige Van Zandt, but I don't think Ronda Rousey's ever had a problem with it. No, Ronda Rousey hated, obviously Holly Holm and fucking what's her fucking name?
Cyborg.
Misha Tate. Those kind of women, but. I don't recall anything with Paige Van Zandt. Like I said, I could be wrong. Paige Van Zandt is fucking hot. Kidding me? Oof.
She is hot. Next is Penelope Ford.
Another hot chick. Yeah, I could see Penelope Ford actually going to WWE. I was actually talking to somebody about that yesterday.
Yeah, I can see her going because again, she looks like someone Vince would like, and Vince would fall in love with her and. Want to book her already.
She gives you like those Sable like type vibes, the way she kind of carries herself. Except more personality though.
More personality, and she actually wants to wrestle.
And she does like the Daredevil shit. Like I give her credit for that, and I think that can work. Right. Ford has to go.
Rebel, no.
Nah, she's too old.
Red Velvet.
Great ass, but too old. Red Velvet. Maybe. Not gonna lie, maybe she's another Nightmare Factory girl too. That's one of Cody and Brandy's. Hell, that's surrogate Brandy right there. Whenever Brandy can't make it, you send Red Velvet out there.
So basically, everybody from the Nightmare Factory has a job.
Not everybody, but I'm just saying, like, those people, though, they would be more easier to, kind of, maybe convert, especially if they're not having a big role on AEW television. I think that Cody could I think Cody can outreach them a whole lot more and help get the ball rolling on it.
Probably.
And you got to think, a lot of these Nightmare Factory people are young. A lot of guys AEW pushing on television are in their prime. Like, they're in their prime or the 30, 35 and up and going up, man. So, you look at who they're pushing right now. Like, Paige and Cole are, probably some of the younger guys that they're featuring. Moxley and Danielson are, Moxley's on his way to 40 and Danielson is 40. Joe's in his 40s, so Jay Lethal is still 30-something years old.
Riho. No.
Riho? No. Not a chance.
Ruby Soho.
Destination unknown. No.
Nope. Serena Deeb?
I like Ruby Soho. No. They ain't bringing Serena back. As a coach, maybe, but as a wrestler, no.
Here's an interesting one. Tay Conti. Wait, I forgot. She was in NXT, right?
Yeah, she was in NXT and they let her go.
Didn't she have
she was doing well. No, she asked for a release because they wasn't doing dog shit with her. They would have her come out. She had a couple of good showings. And actually, when they were in the early stages with the war with AEW, some of her segments were some of the most highly rated and highly touted on the show. And she wasn't doing anything overly sexual or anything like that. It wasn't like a Toni Storm situation there. She was doing good, and people were into her. That they did every time they put her on TV. It was months at a time before we saw her again. And I'm and she wanted to leave. She asked for a release,
right?
And it was convenient for them at the time, and they gave it to her. So I don't know. Maybe. She's still young enough. I think Tay Conti is younger than I am, so I think 25, 26. I think there's still enough time.
I think if they bring in Sammy, they're gonna have to bring her in.
Oh, they gotta be heels.
Yeah, exactly.
Tay Conti's smiling and doing all the babyface shit now, but Tay Conti when she was in NXT, she was the bitchy hot heel.
Oh yeah.
And that's actually pretty good too. I was damn. It was to the point where you felt she was kind of a natural with her attitude and her cadence and everything. So.
Last three names. Thunder Rosa. No.
No. Mm-mm.
Tony.
They wanted to bring her in as a trainer, and
I heard it was I heard it was a referee.
Was it a referee?
I heard Soup say it was a referee, but maybe it was a trainer. I don't know. Maybe it was both.
It was one of those roles. I know that fact.
Tony Storm.
Wait, what?
Tony Storm? Hell no. They're never bringing her back.
Oh yeah, they're bringing that ass back. What are you talking about? They gotta bring it back. Bring that ass here.
I don't know. Here's what I look at it is Vince will bring back anyone that he knows is going to draw him money. Tony Storm didn't draw him any money.
Well, to be fair, Drew, 3 months on the main roster wasn't enough time to draw you money.
Well, all right, let's go back to what we were talking about.
Okay, because, all right, see, here's the thing, right? She made her debut, and then she disappeared off of television for 3 or 4 months.
Yeah, but
back up. Then she lost to Zelina Vega in one of the most unbelievable ways. Then disappeared again. Then had a little mini feud with Charlotte. Was not meant to look good at all in that feud whatsoever. By getting pied and all this other shit. lost a very bad match that she had with Charlotte, and then she was out the door, bon voyage.
Yeah,
That's
but
not enough time to try to get over.
yeah, but dude, those your words. This is what you told me. Is that she had a match with Charlotte that was so bad that they had to do a lot of edits on a pre-recorded match. So it's just like if you can't have a good match with Charlotte, then it's just like, what are you doing here? And also, she left the company. She left him high and dry. She didn't even tell him I'm leaving. She just went home. She took her ball and went home.
Yeah, because somebody had to stand up to that evil empire.
Yeah.
You go, girl.
Snap, snap. All right, that's everybody on the roster. That's who we think.
Yeah, realistically, I'm joking around and being silly, but yeah, nah.
All right, so questions. I put a thing saying, ask questions. You can ask me anything you want. You can ask RJ anything you want. Let's start with Twitter.
Just do not ask about my sex life, people, please.
Because RJ will have to go into graphic detail. You do not want to hear that. It's really gross. It's gross.
Very gross. Very scary.
It's kind of hot though, but it's gross.
Gross.
Evil Dose at Garden of Doom on Twitter asked us, "Is RJ littler than Drew is adorable? Also, has Venom ruined Moon Knight for you?" So I guess his question is, since I'm known as adorable Drew Yari and you're little RJ, are you littler than me? Or more... I don't know what the fuck he's asking. Oh my god. So are you actually little RJ?
No, I am not. Well, I mean, I'm shorter in stature, but like as far as like body wise goes, like I'm a very, very wide, stocky guy.
And am I adorable?
I mean, I'm cutting weight, but like my shoulders are still very stocky and everything like that. So, I mean, it's more so for my height. I'm 5'9", so I'll still whoop your ass.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, anyone can whoop my ass, so it's really not that. It's not really a big deal to whoop my ass. Yeah. And am I adorable? That's up to everybody. If you think I'm adorable. He also.
You actually have a girlfriend, so I mean, case closed, right?
Yeah. Maybe. Hey, it's up to how.
Somebody sleeping with you at nighttime. She has to find you adorable.
We'll have to ask Betty about that pretty soon.
Yeah. Or your mother.
Yeah, well, she's my mom. She's supposed to say I'm adorable.
Yeah.
And my dad just calls me an accident. Anyways,
Good.
That's not how he feels. He also asks, has Venom ruined Moon Knight for us?
In a sense where they're doing the talky talk stuff. The case where the suit is talking to you. Is that where he's coming from with it?
I guess so. Well, like, Venom did it in a very kind of like goofy, cartoonish way, where it was just like, it sounded like the Claw or Mr. Claw from Inspector Gadget. And like, I recall the suit, the symbiote talking to Eddie in like the comic books and also on the cartoon, but it's just like, they did it in a very goofy way because they tried to do the whole buddy cop thing. Whereas, Moon Knight's always done it. Like, Mark Spector, Jake Lockley, Stephen Grant, Mr. Knight, they all have conversations in each other's heads or are just in the same mind. So I don't want to say ruined it, but it's just like, I guess they're doing it in a less shticky way.
Yeah, it's more. I take it more seriously on Moon Knight. I was watching a little bit of it earlier before I patched out.
I haven't seen the new one yet, so like it's like when Khonshu, in the first episode when Khonshu's like, "Oh great, the idiot's here." Like like that makes sense. Like that's not less shticky. That's a lot more serious, and it's a little funny, but it's like a lot more serious. So there's your answer, Evil Dose. Let's go to the questions in the Discord chat room. You ready? All right. Lightning 116 asked us your take on the Tony Khan's independent study on the AEW hate it gets. We actually already answered that one.
He's a fucking nerd that's out of his mind. The addies and the cocaine is talking.
He's a mark. That's what happens when you have a mark running a wrestling company. Sorry, Lightning. Next, Kyle. Kyle has a few questions, so we're going to answer Kyle's questions.
All right.
He asked me, Drew, since they border Texas, have you been to Oklahoma and Louisiana? No, but I would like to go. I would like to get out of Texas. I like getting out of Texas as much as I can, just to see the world.
Louisiana's a nice spot.
Yeah, just Mardi Gras. Like, come on. Like, who doesn't want to go to Mardi Gras? And Oklahoma, maybe. Drew, when the San Antonio Spurs play at the Alamo Dome, I'm assuming you attended games there. What was it like watching NBA games in a football stadium? I think I was at, like, to my knowledge, I was at 2 games when the Spurs played at the Alamo Dome. And I just remember it being a really huge stadium. Like you said, it was like, it's a football stadium, essentially. And that's where, like, they'll have, college football games. Or, and sometimes high school football games. So, it was a pretty big stadium, and the seats were kind of not so good. Because we went to Royal Rumble back in 2017, where we sat all the way at the top. And we were sitting, but it felt like we were, like, leaning forward, even though we were sitting down. And I'm kind of glad they went to AT&T Center, or it was called SBC Center, now it's called the AT&T Center. And I think it's called something else now. But, yeah, the Alamo Dome, big place, not really for an NBA team, better for, the Final Four, or, preferably a football team, in my opinion. But, San Antonio can't get a football team. Well, they can't get an NFL team. They tried to with the Cowboys and the Saints and the Raiders, but that failed. Let's see. If you can go back in time and attend. I think this is for both of us, by the way. If you could go back in time and attend a show at any pro wrestling territory, which one would you choose? I would want to go. Fuck. I'm just gonna say it. I would want to go to ECW. I would want to go experience that ECW crowd. That would be fucking fun.
It's heyday.
And it's heyday, bro.
Oh my god. It's heyday. It was even wild. Even as a kid, it was wild. Like, I would go to certain friends' house that would be right there by the Hammerstein Ballroom, and, like, you could just hear the madness. So, yeah, man, it was really, really crazy. You would have to really live through that era and just be around, period, to really experience it. It's crazy. These marks try to replicate it with GCW, and it just.
I would want to go. I would want to go to the Sky Dome in Toronto for WrestleMania. Was it 18?
Yeah.
Specific.
Rock and Hogan.
Yeah, Rock and Hogan, just to experience that. Shawn Michaels and Undertaker at WrestleMania.
That was a pretty cool mania, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, like, and the main event was Triple H and Chris Jericho, which was, it was an afterthought. Even Jericho was like, "Damn, we should not have been the main event." So we got that. RJ, since you're from New York and Drew, you're from Texas, both states have multiple sports teams in each sport. So which teams are you fans of? So I guess good.
For basketball, I'm a Knicks fan. For baseball, I'm a Yankees fan. But I do root for the Mets. I do root for the Mets. If the Mets make it and the Yankees don't, I will root for the Mets. I don't really believe in the whole rivalry thing. Simply because if New York's winning, then New York's winning. It may not be my team, my preferred team, but it's still New York winning the championship at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. So I will root for the Mets. Hockey, I'm a Rangers fan over an Isles fan, but once again, I will root for the Isles if they make it a whole lot more further than the Rangers.
Right.
And football, I'm a Giants fan, but same thing here too. Like, if the Jets make it or if the Bills make it, I will root for both teams.
Mm-hmm.
So Yeah, that's it. So to recap that again: Knicks, Yankees, Rangers, and Giants.
All right. For basketball, Spurs. All day, every day. Baseball, I'm not too big. I'm not. Go ahead.
I'm supposed to hate Drew Yari because of that.
Exactly.
The last time the Knicks were in the finals, his fucking team ruined it. They ruined it.
You ruined it. You ruined it. Baseball, I'm not too big on baseball. I'll watch it sometimes. I think the last baseball game I watched was like the Astros and I think the Red Sox. So for baseball, I guess I'll go with the Astros because they're Texas. Betty loves the Yankees, which is weird. So
that is weird.
So to piss her off, I'll go with the Red Sox. And surprisingly, we were at the mall one day. We were trying on baseball hats, and the Red Sox hat was the only one that fit me.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, "Ugh, I can't even look at you right now."
Drew, she's making you sleep on the couch.
Oh yeah. Football. I would say the Cowboys, but it's just Cowboys are that team where it's just like I root for them when they do well, but they break my heart. They break my heart a lot. I like the Patriots, and I know I'm gonna get weird looks for that, but whatever. And yeah, that's about it. And hockey, I like the Golden Knights, the Vegas Golden Knights. Las Vegas. We became a fan of the Golden Knights, when in their first year. And it's weird. Their first year, they go to the fucking Stanley Cup. Like, How many teams can say they did that? And every year, they've always been consistently a very good team.
Right.
So, and I also like the Dallas hockey team, the Stars, and I also like the Penguins. Oh, not the Penguins. Who is it? The Boston Bruins.
Right.
So, yeah. So as far as sports goes, it's the Spurs, the Patriots, and the Golden Knights, which I have metal decals on my car. So, to which my dad. Oh, goddamn, Mark. My dad saw the Patriots decal. He's like, "What the hell is that on your car? Why don't you have any Cowboys decals?" I'm like, "Because they suck." He's like, "Ugh." My dad's Iranian, by the way, so that's a very poor Iranian accent on my dad. Last question that Kyle has. Which unreleased WWE Peacock documentary are you looking forward to seeing one day? The Nexus, Lex Luger, or Vladimir the Superfan? I want to see the Lex Luger one because that one was supposed to come out it was supposed to come out one day after a pay-per-view, and then they just randomly pulled it off a schedule. So I want to see that. The Nexus one, I'm kind of on. I don't really care. And Vladimir the Superfan, I don't really care, honestly. Personally, I know a lot of people want to see it. I personally don't, but I don't know. How do you feel?
Documentaries on Peacock, right?
Yeah.
Which were the options again?
Well, first he asked which one would you want to see personally, and then he asked about the Nexus, Lex Luger, and Vladimir the Superfan.
I actually want to see the Nexus one.
Right.
Nexus kind of that kind of intrigues me.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'd have to go with that one. Probably because I seen most of those guys come up in SCW, like Justin Angel and Sebastian Slater, and you know what I'm saying. Michael Tarver was supposed to have been the man. Like all those guys were supposed to have been the guys, Like Slater was a big deal down there. Justin Angel, he was a big deal down there. Darren Young. So I would like to see that. Like if they're gonna tell that tale all the way from FCW to where they are now as men, I would be interested in seeing that. I know a lot of people hate the Nexus guys and stuff like that. got a little bit of a soft spot for them because I've seen them from their beginnings, way beyond that first season of NXT. So,
Right.
yeah.
I remember that story that Kurt Hawkins told about Michael Tarver, where they were in a meeting, and Michael Tarver asked Vince McMahon a question. And he goes, "That's an excellent question, Shelton." And the whole place just erupted, and Vince is like, what's funny?
To be fair, though, like Shelton Benjamin and Michael Tarver kind of do look alike a little bit, especially now with Shelton Benjamin's got like the bald head.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you look at a first glance, they do kind of look alike a little bit now. But around that time, Shelton Benjamin still had like the golden hair though, so I just thought that was like really funny.
Oh boy. That's enough questions from Kyle. Thank you, Kyle. Next is from Anna in the chat room. When did you first learn that wrestling was or is fake, and how did you react?
First found out wrestling was fake when my uncle tried to spoil it for me.
How was your reaction?
I still didn't believe him.
Right.
Honestly, when I started to kind of treat wrestling for what it was instead of what I thought it was when I was in, like, say, when I went to Florida and went to high school. Yeah.
Right.
And I started seeing a lot of matches up close and personal. Like, okay, yeah, he's kind of missing by a mile, and botch spots. Botches became a little bit more, they occur way more often. So, saying you get exposed to that, and it's like, but yeah, I was like, yeah, it is what it is. I just take it for what it is, man. That's my whole defense when it comes to wrestling nowadays. When people go, "You watch fake shit," and I go, "Yeah, no, you watch Real Housewives of Atlanta and Hollywood and all that other bullshit too, where they ain't really fighting each other." So go figure.
For me, I can't really pinpoint the exact moment. I just know, a lot of it was my dad, because my dad hates wrestling. I think nowadays my dad has a better understanding of wrestling, because the last time we were talking about it, he was like, yeah, I mentioned how Brock Lesnar is getting paid more than like anyone on the main roster, and he's like, good. Like, a lot of these wrestlers, they need to start getting paid more. They put their bodies through hell, and blah blah blah. So, but yeah, it was always my dad trying to like say, it's fake. They're not really bleeding. That's ketchup. or you would say stupid shit like that. My brother, same thing. He would just always say it's fake. It's fake. As far as like me realizing it was fake, it was just like, I guess it was kind of just like common sense, where I'm just like, okay, I know these guys are actually getting hurt in some aspect, but like, there's no way somebody can go through a table and get up the next day and be fine. Or, unless the table's rigged or whatever. So, yeah, I guess it's kind of like you. I just take wrestling for what it is. You know what I mean?
I think it's more better off that way, too, honestly.
Thank you for the question, Anna. Next is CM Hucking Goof. He has quite a few questions, so get ready for these. First is, why is it always what you doing and never do you know the Muffin Man?
What?
I'll repeat it. Why is it always what you doing and never do you know the Muffin Man?
I really do not know the answer to that question, man.
I don't either. Let's move on.
You don't know the Muffin Man?
Oh, you monster.
The Muffin Man, the Muffin Man, the Muffin Man.
Who lives on Drury Lane? Name 5 matches you could show someone who's never watched pro wrestling with the intent to make them hate it and never watch it again.
Oh, easy. The fucking you put on like 5 AEW matches and that tag team gauntlet from a couple of weeks ago. What else? What else is another show or another? You put on
TNA from the early two.
The Lucha Underground, the Lucha Underground finale, where Pentagon and fucking Matt Striker, Vampiro are kicking each other on the balls and shit. Fucking, and they're no selling it, and then you have this little tiny man named Hexagon Black beat up Pentagon, and they just look so unbelievable. Like, that's the kind of shit you show people and make them go, I ain't watch this bullshit ever again.
Anything with Joey Ryan. Good.
Show them the Underground. Show them anything with Joey Ryan. Some of the wild shit on AEW. Oh, I got a match for you. You want a match specifically? Show
What?
them Cesar Bononi versus Luchasaurus.
Yeah, boy.
Oh my god, yeah. There you go. Oh, and like Drew's going to say anything with Joey Ryan. Same thing.
Anything with Joey Ryan. Anything with any of the comedy bullshit with, you know, the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega. Let me think of something else. Anything with Dana Brooke.
Yeah, there you go. Dana Brooke.
Who somehow still has a
I got
job.
another match for you. It's that match, that hardcore match between Tay Conti and Anna Jay versus the Bunny and Penelope Ford. That's another one right there.
Oh god, that was just bleh, bleh, bleh.
I got another one for you. Jimmy Havoc versus Darby Allin versus fucking this is the Jelly Janela. That triple threat match they had in that one pay-per-view.
I'm going to show him. Here's another match that you probably wouldn't expect me to say. MJF versus Sammy Guevara on that episode of AEW where they were having a great match, and then MJF does an off-the-top rope tombstone pile driver, and Sammy kicks out.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'm going to show them bad spots and overdoing your specialty and kicking out. Like, that's...
It's horrendous.
Like,
fucking bad.
Like, just god-awful.
Joey Ryan versus Ezekiel.
Alright, what's his next question? Thoughts on WWE hiring Master Shake's bastard son, Jesus Ezekiel Jesus, as named by Meatwad in the following clip. And there's a link. Hold on, I'm gonna click on it real quick and see what the fuck is going on.
Hey, little guy. Why don't you come in for a bit? Must be hot outside.
No, don't I...
Daddy?
Hey! We were just talking about you.
Yay! Daddy, up please! Daddy, up please! Yay! Daddy, up please, please! Up, please!
Pick him up, Shake. He wants to be picked up.
Please,
You pick him up.
Daddy,
Your son.
up please!
Come here, little man.
Daddy,
Look at you.
You gotta wash your hands before you pick a baby up. He can see the bacteria burning into his flesh.
What's your name, little man?
I don't have a name. No one ever gave me one.
Well, Shake, aren't you gonna name your son?
Daddy!
Oh, is this your bastard?
Daddy!
Well, now that you say it, I can totally see the resemblance. Especially in, like, the cup region. I don't know if you can see it, but I can definitely see you guys both looking cup-like. Look, yes, I have banged hundreds of brides. Internationally. But know this, I wrap my rascal 2 times. Because I like it to be joyless and without sensation. It's a way of punishing supermodels.
Yeah, well, let's see what a DNA test would say about that.
Oh, that's where it starts. Then pretty soon, he's going to want 65 cents for bus fare. Liquor for his stomach. You know, I counsel dogs in better shape than you. Free jacking on around here like you're Mick Jagger. Listen, why don't you go hustle on down to the soup kitchen, Mick?
Wait a minute, wait!
Oh, girl, come on.
Come back! Little Shake?
Daddy, no want me. I'm gonna take a bus to Reno.
Oh, no, that won't do. Why don't you just stay here with us? Until you're old enough to leave home.
Hooray! Daddy, hooray!
Yeah, huzzah. I want to name him. Can I name him? No, he's my son. No, he's not my son. Nobody can prove that. I'm going to name you Jesus Ezekiel Ezekiel Jesus. And that's from the Bible.
Ezekiel?
That's a good name, Ezekiel.
Ezekiel, I am Ezekiel. That is me. Ezekiel is I am.
Does everybody have a group hug for Ezekiel?
Group hug,
Group hug. Group hug for Ezekiel. I'm the sheriff.
Come on in here.
Okay. Jesus Christ.
Jesus.
All right. So, thoughts on Ezekiel Jesus? Ezekiel or Jesus Ezekiel Jesus?
It's very very strange. And
Right.
I'm assuming he got that from that fucking show. What's it called?
Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Yeah.
Huh.
Every time that show comes on, I turn it off. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I watched like one episode. I went, I don't get it. I don't get.
I'm not all for the talking shake and the fucking big giant ass meatball and the fucking thing of fries that has a big ass like Tom Selleck mustache. Like it's just fucking weird.
All right, we spent way too much time on this question. Question number 4: have you acknowledged the tribal chief Roman Reigns today?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I played his theme song earlier.
Yes, sir.
We the ones.
The tribal chief. Next, question number 5: how much money do you think Tony Khan spends on cocaine?
Like at least $50K.
I would go a little
Maybe
higher.
A little more than that.
Maybe 60.
Maybe a little bit more than that because you got to factor in the Addies too now. What Tony Khan does is he mashes them up together.
Yeah,
He has
agree.
this great grand mix, man. That's why his eyes be looking all stretched out like that. It's
More cocaine. Just snorts it off a
Samoa
brick.
Joe, I'm Samoa Joe. I need a contract. I'm just Samoa Joe. I brought him in.
Brett, I'm erect. Come over here. Number 6: what's something recent you did that made you ask yourself, "What the fuck am I doing with my life?"
When I jerked off to Tony Storm. No, I'm just kidding.
Whoa, hey, whoa, hey, whoa.
When I made a bail at my job earlier this morning. I made a trash bail this morning.
I used to do that at my old job.
What the fuck am I doing?
I think recent was like, well, for me it was like 7 years ago when I used to work at a zoo, at the San Antonio Zoo, and I was working groundskeeping, and we had to take those big ass leaf blowers, and blow leaves, of course, and those things would never fucking work. And then one day I'm like trying to get this fucking thing to work, and then I realize, what the fuck am I doing with my life? I'm going to college. I can get a better job, and I can get a much better job than this. That's for sure. So I just remember putting down the leaf blower, putting it back in the shed. I found the nearest supervisor and went, you know what? I'm going to quit. And then I just gave him my key and left. And then I came home. Betty was like, "Why are you home early?" I went, "I quit." And she's like, "What?" Like, yeah, I quit. So that was my recent experience with thinking about what the fuck am I doing with my life. And then jerking off to Tony Storm. Anyways, next, number 7: is a hot dog a sandwich?
No. I never saw it as that. I just, for whatever reason, I always thought like a hot dog is like a separate entity. Like a hot dog and a hamburger to me have always been like separate entities from like regular sandwiches. I don't know. I just always got that feeling.
It's barbecue. It's part of barbecuing.
Right.
So we'll go with that. Number 8: we know that Ted DiBiase's catchphrase is "Everybody has a price for the $1 Million Man," but what is something you would never do no matter how much money is thrown at you? For me, it's admit Orange. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was gonna say, for me, it's admitting Orange Cassidy is a star.
Gosh. Oh, that's pretty bad. That is pretty bad.
Tony Khan can offer me all his money, just to admit that, just to say something nice about Orange Cassidy, and I would never do it.
You could offer me $16 and I would never have sex with Sonny.
Jesus Christ. Ooh. I think I'm gonna go with that.
Hey, pay all the money in the world. I ain't going nowhere near that.
Hey boys, you want some of these meat flabs? No thanks.
Oh no! Oh. I don't want no meat hooks. I'm good.
Jesus Christ.
Good on, buddy.
It's Fish Taco Tuesday.
Oh shit, no. Woo! You got to go.
You got to go. Not number 9 is number 9. It's just tacos or burritos.
Tacos or burritos? Tacos.
Go with taco.
Taco guy.
Can't go wrong with tacos. Number 9. Fuck, marry, kill. Sasha Banks, Naomi, or Ember Moon.
Fuck Sasha Banks. Marry Naomi. And kill Ember Moon. I think I would just be annoyed with Ember Moon the way she talks. Like, I would just be so annoyed.
It's like, why?
How she talks.
Like, why do you sound like a white girl named Michelle?
Exactly. It's like, oh, fucking kill me already. And Sasha, I mean,
Sasha would be a freak. Sasha would be a freak.
Oh, you fucking kidding me?
Like, she'd be going all fucking night. God bless Kamikaze, or whatever the fuck his name is.
Kamikaze ain't hitting that. He ain't hitting that.
It's like she's. Oof.
She's hitting him. I know that for a fact.
Like
she's slapping him with the bank statement.
Like, like as soon as she gets home, I can just imagine her pouncing on him. Like, Jesus Christ.
Come here.
Ever since I was a little girl, I've always wanted that dick.
Nah, ever since I was a little girl, I've been wanting to insert you with my penis.
What?
Whoa! Wah, wah.
Wait, Sonny?
Strap.
It's me!
No. Sasha whips out the strap on Makazi.
Hey.
Kamikaze, whatever the hell his name is.
Hey, again, I told you she was a freak.
Ah, of course. Yeah, but he's taking it up the Go-Go Power Ranger, man. Not the other way around.
Oh.
So she's lusting at the Ricky Starks lately.
Up, up, down, down.
There you go. Tyler Breeze is filming, and so is Xavier Woods.
Oh, boy. And Arn Anderson is just there for effect.
Oh, yeah, he's the baby oil guy.
Ah, come on.
He's the baby oil guy. He can't be the water guy here.
It's like, Arn, we don't need a hose. We don't need water. We've seen baby oil. Are you sure? Because I brought my good hose.
I got my all hose this time. No miss spots.
Miss spots. Nobody out of here walks out dry.
Not even me.
And Naomi's wifey material. Like,
yes, she is.
She's got the booty. I want to eat like groceries. Not gonna lie.
And then you get to hit that every night. So like, I mean, my God, you got the best of both worlds with Sasha and Naomi there. Right?
What you gonna do, Oos?
Smash that ass, bro. Whoa.
Ooh, sauce.
That's on day one shit.
Down since day one ish.
I'm down with this since day one. Yeah.
Next question. Well, last question actually from CM Hucking Goof. Now that Lesnar is presumably out of the picture, who could believably be the next opponent for Reigns? I mean, judging by SmackDown, looks like it's going to be Nakamura.
Yeah, I think Nakamura is a quick brush for WrestleMania Backlash, kind of like Cesaro was last year.
Right.
But I think it's gonna be Cody, Seth, and Lashley are gonna be the next guys going after that belt.
Let me ask you something.
Which one of them gets it first? I don't know who gets the shot first, but that's how I see it going.
Let me ask you something. So,
yeah,
somebody had mentioned that The Rock and Roman Reigns doesn't need to be for a belt.
No, No, it doesn't need to be for a belt.
Like I was telling Betty this the other night. Like, you know, the whole point of it is like, you know, Roman's like, I'm the head of the table, and The Rock is like, oh, that's cute. I bought the table. The furniture, the house. I own the neighborhood. Like, you know, that could be the whole basis of the feud. Like, Roman doesn't necessarily need to be the champion to be over. Like, he's already over. I think he's transcended the championship belt. Like,
and he needs to hand it off to make the next babyface. And like, it's not The Rock. It's not The Rock. I'm sorry, The Rock doesn't. Are we gonna really sit here and be like, oh, The Rock wins the WWE title? You know what I'm saying? Is he gonna be on every week? Is he gonna be on every month? No, he's not. Not especially after WrestleMania.
And The Rock
it's a dead, done, signed and sealed deal that that Roman's retaining if they do fight for the title.
Right.
That
Also,
match does not need the title. Just put the pride on the line. That's enough, and keep it moving. Roman needs to hand that belt off to a strong babyface, and that's either Bobby Lashley right now or
Cody.
Or Cody. Cody, I think, where Cody's narrative and cut the promo last week, and even his back and forth is the other night. I think that's the direction they need to go in.
Well, I was gonna say, like,
months ago, I couldn't even tell you who should beat Roman Reigns for the title.
Well, like with Cody, I think, you know, since they've been bringing back that Starrcade thing, like that could be how you do it. Like they bring back Starrcade as a pay-per-view, like an actual pay-per-view, not like a house show, but like an actual pay-per-view, and that's how you do it. Like, you know, Cody and Roman, they have a history. Roman can be like, you know, I love Dusty. You know, Dusty was almost like a father figure to me, but you are not your father. You will never be Dusty.
Yeah, but I think Rollins is gonna tell that story too. I mean, you can't keep on telling the same story over and over again. Roman Reigns, let's face it, Roman Reigns wasn't in NXT that long, so that narrative doesn't work well with him.
He was also in FCW.
Yeah, but once again, he wasn't a highly touted pupil. Rollins was the guy in NXT and FCW.
Well, I mean,
you never saw pictures with Dusty. You never saw pictures with Dusty and Roman like that. It was always Rollins.
Right.
Rollins was the man.
Right.
Like first ever NXT champion, Seth Rollins and Dusty Rhodes and Triple H together. You know what I'm saying? So the history is there. The pictorial proof there. Roman, not so much. You can say, oh, my family's better than yours. If you want to tell that story with the Dusty stuff, that's fine. My story's better than yours. My family's more successful than you. They brought you into this company and your dad was wearing polka dots. They brought your brother in and he was... Not some nice words. you a joke the last time we saw you here. That's all they need to go with that route, but I think the whole Dusty, you're not your father thing, that works well more with Rollins.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
Rollins and Dusty has that relationship there that's well established and that was seen. Whereas Roman, you don't want to repeat the same story where people go after Dusty because it's like, oh, okay, already, like, stop. We need to stop this here.
All right, fair enough. That's all right. That's all the questions for CM Hyuk and Goof. Thank you. Next is Maurice Bear. He has some political questions. Let's try to get through these. He asked first, who would you punch?
I'm not a politic guy, so.
Oh, well, yeah, Maurice is a good dude. We'll try to answer his questions. Yeah. Who would you punch in the face more? Alex Jones, Tucker Carlson, Sean Hannity, or Bill Maher?
I don't know who any of these guys are. I mean, I know who they are, but I don't watch their stuff.
Alex Jones is that guy that used to have that show on, I think, like YouTube, where he was like, you know, the government's run by lizard people, and you know, there's actors at every tragedy. That fucking
he's a
moron.
Conspiracy theory guy, yeah. Like, I mean, I know who they are, but I don't watch enough of them to formulate my own opinion.
Right,
is what I mean.
Bill Maher, I want to punch in the face because I just think he's a fucking smarmy, pompous dickhead.
Mm-hmm.
So, his last question is, what is the actual end game for this quote-unquote war in Ukraine?
No, like, Vladimir Putin is very, very unpredictable sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, we don't know. Maybe they can just have to battle it out. As sad as that is to say, I think that's what it's probably gonna have to come down to. If anything gets worse, they're gonna have to battle it out, and I think that we are most likely gonna get pulled into it.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing that you hope doesn't happen, but it seems like
like I said, I'm not advocating for that to happen whatsoever, but I'm just saying, like, if things go bad, like, that's what's gonna wind up happening. I feel that in my chest.
That seems like where all roads are going to, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Thank you, Maurice Bear, for your questions. Last question of the night is Dale Diamond. I don't know if he's still here. He asked us, what are our thoughts on Vince Russo?
Russo had a couple of good ideas, but then he just got out of control, man. He's one of those guys that he has something, but then he just goes out of control with the pole matches and all this other, putting a title on himself in WCW, Samoa Joe being kidnapped by the ninjas. Like, I mean, there's a countless of Vince Russo stuff. And so when he goes on these, when he goes on the podcast and he rips, AEW for not being creative enough, or WWE for not being creative enough, I just find it very odd that, you were creative, but your ideas were more fails than hits, my guy. It's just like, I mean, what the fuck are you talking about? But Russo, he's a passionate guy, and he's he wanted, like, if you listen to him in interviews, and I don't know if he's bullshitting or not. I kind of find Vince Russo to be a little bit of a bullshit artist, but like, according to a lot of other people, like, he kind of meant well for certain people's careers. But once again, I don't know if he's just blowing smoke up their asses or not, too. But I don't know. Vince Russo, to me, always just came across as just a bullshit artist and a guy that just had more hits or more fails than hits as far as, like, his career goes.
He's definitely a guy that, when he came to WCW, he was able to sell himself to, the brass at Turner of, I'm the guy who was in charge of the Attitude Era, bro. I made Stone Cold Steve Austin and Degeneration X and the Rocks and the Undertakers and the Chynas. Like, he was able to, sell himself, but then they quickly found out, oh shit, this guy, like, Vince McMahon was able to take his bad ideas and make them better. Like, at any job you do, any idea you have, the boss is always going to see it and decide what he's going to do with it. And that's WWE.
Right.
Any ideas are always up to Vince. They either get modified or they get chopped up. And that's basically what the Attitude Era was. That Vince Russo had a lot of ideas, and all of them were run through Vince, and Vince got rid of the shitty ideas and kept the good ideas. In WCW, they allowed him to keep all of his ideas, and that's including the shitty ones.
Yeah.
And that's why WCW, I don't want to say that's primarily the reason, because, AOL, Time Warner,
that's one of the reasons,
got rid of WCW, but that's one of the reasons why WCW lost the war and, just got into the shape it got in. And he goes to TNA, fucks up TNA, and then just, again, puts out a book blaming wrestling for the fact that nobody listened to his smart ideas. So, and then going back to WCW, putting the belt on fucking David Arquette. And himself, driving Hulk Hogan out of WCW, which, in hindsight, was probably a good idea.
I know, right? He's got my respect for that a little bit.
I think it was his call to put the title on Booker T, so maybe it was like the only good thing he did in WCW. But then
Booker T and Steiner.
Then there was the thing,
late.
Right? Then there was the thing with JR in Oklahoma, which
Vampiro.
Chair.
I'm like, what?
So, yeah, Vince Russo, I guess that really sums up his career, is that he's a guy that had a lot of ideas, and some of them worked, but some of them didn't. But when he wasn't under the umbrella of Vince, he exposed himself as being just a guy who has a lot of shitty ideas. That's the best way. That's the best way I can sum up Vince. That's the best way RJ can sum up Vince. So those are all the questions, RJ.
Wow,
that was a lot of fun. We should definitely do more of these. I like Q&A.
Especially when we're back on Discord now. I think it makes a whole lot more sense.
All right, and that is the show. Go ahead and plug yourself, man.
You can follow me on Twitter at LowRJ where all things are unlimited. And yeah, that's it, man.
Yeah,
that's it.
That's where you find little RJ. Where you can find adorable Drew Yari. Find me anywhere: Twitter, Facebook, Drew Yari. I'm easy to find. The show is on Spreaker. Let's see. The show is pretty much anywhere you can find: Spotify, Google Play, or not Google Play, but Google Podcasts, iTunes, YouTube. We have a YouTube channel. We also have a Patreon. It's just $5 a month. You get some good shit. Me and RJ were talking about. We're thinking about maybe doing something on Saturday, so we need to go over that after we get off here. Yeah. And yeah, also on Patreon you can find a show I do with Jeff Lippman and Mr. Ruben Prime. And again, it's just $5 a month, people. $5 a month goes a long way. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll be back next week. I'll definitely think about making Q&A a permanent part of the show. And that's of course if people are willing to put in questions. But as I see tonight, we had a lot of questions, so it was a lot of fun. So I'll definitely think about making Q&A a permanent part of the show. It's fun. Again, you can ask anything you want. Nothing is off limits. I might need to ask Mish about maybe making a questions channel. So we'll see about that. But anyways, guys, thank you for showing up tonight. And I hope you had fun. I know we did. And have a good week, or it's about to be the weekend pretty soon. But have a good week, have a good weekend, and stay safe. And that's really all I gotta say. Peace out.
Peace.